You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
Bring your family, meet your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you ask the game, let the good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Cedar Rapids Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
From Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Kernels meet the San Diego Padre minor leaguers, the Fort Wayne Wizards, in the first of a four-game series. Good early Monday evening, Eastern Iowa, and welcome to all those tuned in from coast to coast on the Internet. We're at Memorial Stadium in Indiana's second-largest city, and we're here to see if we can get back to winning baseball. The Kernels have lost 12 of their last 14 ball games, and we're taking on a Fort Wayne team that we caught in the skids of a 2-13 start in the second half of the Midwest League schedule. The Wizards have righted their ship. They're 10-4 in their last 14 games. We're 2-12 in our last 14, but we'll send one of our best hurlers on the hill tonight, Carl Jelena, the 21-year-old French-Canadian right-hander, will be opposed by the man with the most wins in the Midwest League, 21-year-old Fort Wayne right-hander Mike Ekstrom. He's 12-3. Among the 3,000-plus that were at the ballpark yesterday were several hundred from the American Disabilities Association, and their chief advocate is one of the most high-profile and respected politicians in the state of Iowa, the Honorable Senator Tom Harkin. Tom Harkin will join us next from Fort Wayne, Indiana, on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
What an honor and privilege it is to welcome Senator Tom Harkin to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on this Monday evening in Fort Wayne. Senator Harkin was part of the sweltering ceremonies yesterday at Veterans Memorial Stadium recognizing the American Disabilities Association. And Senator Harkin, I don't know as much nearly as I should, like I think most of the populace. We know that you have spearheaded over your long tenure in the Senate in the state of Iowa and nationwide the ADA Act, the American with Disabilities Act. Could you tell us a little bit about how that came to be and why you're so passionate about it, Senator?
Well, John, yes, and first of all, I just want to thank the Kernels here for having this Disabilities Day. And I just come in, I saw all the people with disabilities here, and this stadium is fully accessible. Wonderful. Well, how it came about was, we all know that the Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964 that banned discrimination on the basis basically of race, sex, national origin. But there's a whole other group of Americans who have been segregated, discriminated against, denied equal opportunity, and that's people with disabilities. And they were upset that they weren't included. And so a long struggle ensued in the 60s, 70s, and 80s in order to cover them with a civil rights bill. I picked up on it when I first got to Congress in the 70s, then when I went to the Senate, and I was in a key position in the Senate to be able to author the bill and get it through. It was signed by the first President Bush on July the 26th, 1990. So we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. What the bill does is it basically, well, as you go around, you'll see curb cuts, you see ramps, You see wider doors on new buildings. You see every new bus has a lift on it. It's fully accessible. Railroad trains are now accessible.
And it used to not be that way, did it?
Oh, 15 years ago it wasn't. And so you see all the accessibility here. Stadiums like this are being built, fully accessible. And so more and more you're seeing people with disabilities and their families going out to eat, going and traveling, enjoying life.
Living the life in the world that we take for granted.
Exactly. And I've said the last 15 years has sort of been a quiet revolution. It's just opened so many doors of opportunity for people with disabilities in terms of work, play, travel, education, and everything. But not too many people notice it. It just sort of has happened.
And that's wonderful. Senator Tom Harkin is with us from Fort Wayne as the Kernels open up a 4-game set with the Wizards. He was part of the celebration yesterday, Sunday. The American Disabilities Association was part of the crowd. And Senator Harkin, let me give you an example of what you might have just been alluding to in some of the details of the act or the legislation. Peoria is a regular port of call for the ball club and I in the Midwest League. And in Peoria, when you get to a crosswalk, not only does it have the don't walk in orange and then the white pedestrian to safely cross the crosswalk, there is a loud beep that emanates from the crosswalks in Peoria, Illinois.
That's wonderful. And you know what, John? I just went up to an ATM machine the other day. And it's a talking ATM machine with Braille on it so that if you're blind, you can absolutely use the ATM machine.
Another wonderful, wonderful story. Senator Harkin, a person who has supported the Kernels in my 10 years here, she's the executive director of Bruce Moore, Peggy Whitworth. She has a special son, Patrick, who loves to come see Bob Brooks and I here in the booth. And Patrick Whitworth, I think, has been a beneficiary of the American with Disabilities Act.
I know Peggy and I know Patrick, and he sure has been. And again, just another example of how the act in 15 years has really helped to promote, full participation by people. And I've often said, John, a lot of times, of course, we broke down a lot of the physical barriers, the ramps and all that kind of stuff. But really, one of the barriers also we've broken down sort of attitudes of people. It used to be, gosh, if you saw someone in a wheelchair next to you someplace in a restaurant, you kind of felt a little nervous. Now it doesn't even bother you.
That's right. Now, when I'm here and we go have people on the elevator, it's nice to look them in the eye and say, how's your day going? Can I be of any help to you? And you're right, the emotional or the mental connection, those barriers are starting to come down. We all feel awkward sometimes around people who are disabled, and yet because they become such part of the mainstream thanks to this legislation, it probably makes them feel capable of anything.
Absolutely. And I from my own experience, I had a brother who was disabled, and people feel uncomfortable because for a couple of reasons. One, sometimes you don't know what to say, that kind of stuff. I understand that. The other thing is we all recognize that in one instant we could be there. An accident, a spinal cord injury. I mean, how many people do we know that, we knew them one day, then the next day they were disabled?
Roy Campanella of the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Classic example. And you just never know. And so perhaps it kind of makes you, a little bit nervous, thinking, gosh, maybe am I going to wind up like that? But I always tell people that when they meet someone with a disability, hey, just treat them like you would a normal, average person, and don't be. And if you want to ask them about something, I always like to ask them about their wheelchairs and how it works, or how's a seeing eye dog, and they like to talk about it, for crying out loud. You don't have to cover it up and act like there's no disability there. People talk about it.
Sure they will. Senator Harkin is with us. We're going to take a brief time out and have a final quick word from him here from the Castle Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're reflecting on Senator Harkin's visit yesterday to Veterans Memorial Stadium to honor and recognize the American Disabilities Association. This is the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show in the Zone.
Some women have all the time in the world to spend on their hair. Others barely have time to get out the door. What's your story? For hair that fits your life, you'll love JCPenney Salon's uniquely personalized 3-step approach. First, we consult. What look are you looking for? How much time do you have? Based on what you want and need, we'll create your cut and color. Then we'll show you how to style it yourself. Your life, your hair. JCPenney Salon. Call today. 1-800-542-5565 for locations.
Travelocity presents The Roaming Gnome, denouncer of travel myths. Our first myth, even a road trip can be expensive.
Pish! Hit the road with Travelocity. They've got the lowest prices on thousands of hotels, guaranteed.
Myth 2, do not backseat drive.
Ah, drivers like it. There! I'm in right! Are you crazy?
Visit Travelocity.com or AOL keyword travel, and you can win a $500 gas card. No purchase required. Restrictions apply. Travelocity. You'll never roam alone.
Senator Tom Harkin wrapping up his time with us here from Fort Wayne on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. And Senator Harkin, since we have a sports-minded audience, I know that there's been many strides associated with the ADA, the American with Disabilities Act, including marvelous accomplishments by people in track and field, on the basketball court. And I know you've seen some of those competitions, haven't you?
Oh, I sure have. And they're exciting. I have to say, sometimes they're even more exciting because these people are just putting their heart, their soul in. I mean, they're really trying. And I might just, if I can take this moment just to say this, John, next year, next July, in Ames, Iowa, at the Iowa State University, will be the first ever United States National Special Olympics Games.
The first ever
national for the United States. We expect up to 15,000 people there, up to maybe 5,000 competitors in all kinds of track and field sports and everything else. It is going to be one big sporting event for next summer.
Senator, thanks for the exciting news. Is this similar to what the Kennedys started?
Yes, this is. In fact, this is a takeoff on the Special Olympics and Special Games, but we wanted to have one that was the first ever just for the whole nation, for the whole United States, and we've got airlines that are flying these people in and contributing that, and we got the dormitories set up for them. It is going to be exciting next summer.
In Ames,
Iowa, next July.
Senator Tom Harkin, for you to recognize me and call me by name the first time I met you, that says a lot about where you come from. Senator Harkin, thank you very, very much for sharing this time with us.
John Rogers, it's great to see you, and glad you're here, and my gosh, let's play ball.
Let's play ball. That's Senator Tom Harkin. He's going to say a word to Bob Brooks before heading off. I'm John Rogers, starting lineups, Kernels and Wizards from Fort Wayne. When we return, here in the zone.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating now offers all their services under one roof. Whether your house needs plumbing work, you're remodeling a kitchen, want to give your bathroom a facelift, or simply need a new air conditioner or furnace installed, Ahern can do it. And you can trust Ahern Plumbing and Heating's professional installation on every project, big or small. Call on the team that Eastern Iowans have trusted for nearly 40 years. The A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872.
Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
Welcome to Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're here to play the San Diego Padre minor leaguers, the Kernels and the Wizards, in the first of four. I'm John Rogers, your play-by-play host. Wasn't that terrific to hear from Senator Tom Harkin, who was at the game yesterday to recognize the American Disabilities Association. So kind of him to join us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. The Kernels have a record of 13-17 now. We're in a tie for 7th place in the 8-team Western Division second-half standings. The co-leaders, the Burlington Bees and the Swing of the Quad Cities, both of those clubs are 19-11, 6 games up on the Kernels. The Fort Wayne Wizards, meanwhile, have already qualified for the postseason by virtue of a second-place finish in the first half of the Eastern Division race. Fort Wayne is 12-18, and they're trying to climb back up toward the 500 mark after starting off 2-13 in the second half. We swept the Wizards earlier this month as part of our 6-game winning streak. Starting lineups, first for Randy Reddy. Familiar name, he played in the big leagues for 13 years with the Padres, the Brewers, Philadelphia, Oakland, and Montreal. Leading off in left field for Fort Wayne is Chris Colkhorst. He leads their ball club with 19 stolen bases. Former Los Angeles Dodger farmhand Brett Dowdy is at third base, batting second. We did not see him in Cedar Rapids earlier this month of July. The designated hitter batting .420 in 15 games out of UCLA, Matt Thayer. Hitting cleanup and catching for the Wizards is Matt Lauderdale. Mike Baxter, a recent Padres signee out of Vanderbilt University, will bat fifth and play first base. He's only played in 6 games for the Wizards. At second base, batting sixth for Fort Wayne is Sean Kazmar. Josh Alley, who played in the College World Series earlier this summer out of the University of Tennessee, is in left field. Alley has only played in 8 games for Fort Wayne. Hitting 8th for the Wizards is Baudilio Figueroa, the shortstop, and Yordani Ramirez will bat 9th in center field. On the hill, the leading winner in the Midwest League, 21-year-old right-hander Mike Ekstrom. Ekstrom is 1-12 and lost 3, a 3.17 ERA, a 2-1 winner his last time out Tuesday. Mike Ekstrom was a 2-1 winner in Lansing on Tuesday evening. Ekstrom's 21 years old, 6 feet tall, and he's from the state of Oregon. The Padres took him in the 12th round in last year's draft. Allen Motor Company now proud to bring you the Kernels starting lineup. Extended hours all this week due to the special offer that's been a phenomenal success. General Motors employee discount pricing all the way to August 1st. The best prices of the year on the best-selling General Motors models right now at Allen Motor Company. They're open till 9 o'clock tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Visit the campus, Allen Motor Company. Josh LeBlanc in center will lead it off for the Kernels. Batting second, Sean Rodriguez at short. Michael Collins is at first base. He'll hit third in this series opener. Drew Toussaint socked his team-high 15th home run of the year in the Kernel loss yesterday at home. Toussaint bats cleanup in the Allen Motor Company order. He's in left field. The right fielder, Warner Madrigal, will hit fifth. Nate Sutton bats sixth this evening and plays second base for the Kernels. Hitting seventh is Jordan Renz, the designated hitter. Jason Ramos, switch-hitting infielder, will be at the hot corner batting eighth as Freddie Sandoval continues to recover from being hit by a pitch almost a week ago now in Peoria, and the Kernel catcher is Tim Duff batting ninth. On the hill, Carl Jelena, he's 1-6 and lost 6, making his 17th start of the year, 21-year-old French-Canadian right-hander with a 3.92 earned run average. Here from Memorial Stadium, where a good crowd is gathering, let's pause to honor America with the singing of the national anthem. Big Monday night crowd to greet the Kernels as we open a 4-game series with the Padre minor leaguers, the Wizards. Before our break in the game's first pitch, Anderson and Brown Eye Care. They're the official eye care provider of the Kernels, and they sponsor the announcement of our umpires. This evening, behind the plate, Randy Gagline. Jason Creek will work the bases. Anderson and Brown Eye Care. They've moved to their new location. They're now on Boyson Road, just west of I-380 in Hiawatha, next to Intent City. Anderson and Brown Eye Care is now a full-service eyewear provider, meaning that in addition to getting your contact lenses at Anderson and Brown Eye Care, you can also select from a full array of glasses. Sean is our in-studio engineer. It's the Kernels and Wizards coming your way in 1 minute here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Top of the hour greetings to all of you. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You're in the zone. And down on the diamond is the league's top winner this season, 21-year-old Mike Ekstrom. He's not a big guy. He's 6 feet, 190 pounds, and he was taken by the Padres in the 12th round last year. Mike Ekstrom went to Point Loma Nazarene in California, and that must be in San Diego itself because that's where Point Loma is. I've been to Point Loma, and it provides one of the most breathtaking views of the San Diego skyline and the Lindbergh Airport out there. San Diego's a wonderful city. Josh LeBlanc is leading off for the Kernels. The temperature is in the low 90s, and the third baseman, Brett Dowdy, plays in on the, well, he's in front of the bag, but not on the grass. And Josh LeBlanc spanks the first pitch foul to the screen. Josh is a left-handed batter, and his average in 25 games is .278. No homers, 7 RBIs. And the next delivery's low, according to the plate umpire Randy Gagline. That was a changeup. LeBlanc was 2 for 4 with the base on balls yesterday. Left-handed batter, straightaway stance, the 1-1. Is a changeup high and outside. We're just underway in Fort Wayne, where the Wizards this year in the second half have won 7 and lost 6. The center fielder, Yordany Ramirez, is playing LeBlanc to hit the other way. Josh swings and misses at a sinker, and it's 2-2 to Josh LeBlanc. This ballpark is teeming with folks. Big crowd here. The right-hander winds and delivers just high. LeBlanc thought he'd been struck out looking, but Randy Gagline, the plate umpire, ruled that delivery high, and it's a full count to the Colonel leadoff batter. And a high pop-up on the infield. The second baseman, Sean Kazmar, comes together with the shortstop, and in front of second base, on the grass behind the mound, it's Baudilio Figueroa that makes the catch of a Josh LeBlanc pop-up. 1 away here in the Colonel first inning. We're batting .248 as a team. That's last in the league, unfortunately, and the Colonel batting average on the road is a lowly .225. Sean Rodriguez, batting second in the Allen Motor Company order this evening, right-handed hitter. Strike one on the inside corner. Sean was 1 for 13 against Beloit, but he drew 5 walks. A high pop foul, that one over the Wizard first base dugout, and Rodriguez in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. On the year, Sean hitting .262, 5 home runs, 21 runs driven in. The center fielder Ramirez playing Rodriguez to hit the other way. Ball one is high from the right-hander. Kernels in their red knit batting practice tops with big white numbers, blue letters across the front that spell out Kernels in cursive letters. Fort Wayne in white home uniforms with blue pinstripes. A hard hit ball to short. Baudilio Figueroa has it, and the toss to first has Rodriguez retired. Sean Rodriguez is grounded to short, and there were 2 away here in the Colonel first inning. For Michael Collins. Boy, when we played the Wizards earlier this month in July, we were flying high, brother. We swept them to complete a 7-1 homestand. We won a game in Davenport to make it 6 in a row, and since then, we've only won 2 of our last 14 ball games. Michael Collins, 1 for 4, hit by a pitch and scored yesterday. A fastball from the 6-foot right-hander Ekstrom is a strike on the inside corner. Collins with a .330 average, right-handed hitter, straightaway stance. A ground ball to short, and it's a soft roller. Michael Collins is thrown out by Baudilio Figueroa. You can see why Mike Ekstrom is 12-3, and he'll be a tough nut to crack here tonight, pitching in front of a big home crowd. Collins rolls to short, and the Kernels go 1-2-3, nothing across in the first half inning. Carl Jellin into the hill with his 6-6 mark for the Kernels. After one half inning, it's the Kernels nothing and the Wizards coming to bat. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Shark Week is back on the Discovery Channel. This time, the Mythbusters are putting the movie Jaws to the test.
We're going to test how strong sharks are? Well, that was cool. We're going to see if shooting a scuba tank with a bullet will actually make it explode. Fire in the hole! We're going to see if punching the shark will actually stop it from attacking you. Definitely going to get out of control. It's no myth. We're hosting Shark Week.
Shark Week starts Sunday at 9 with the Mythbusters Jaws special, only on the Discovery Channel.
Retired in order by the league's highest win man, Mike Ekstrom. He's 12-3. Carl Jellin has been one of the best Kernel pitchers this season, a 10-6 winner. Tuesday afternoon in Peoria, his last outing, broke a Kernel 9-game losing streak. In that outing, Carl hurled 6 innings, gave Peoria 5 runs on 9 hits, struck out 3, walked 2. Carl Jellin, a 6-6 on the year, and he's set to go. This is the 101st game of the season for both ball clubs. Chris Colkhorst, the left-handed batter, is first up, and a strike delivered on the inside corner, a fastball. Jason Ramos is even with the bag and 8 feet off the line at third. Sean Rodriguez and Nate Sutton form the Keystone combo up the middle, and over at first is Michael Collins, and a changeup is downstairs to Colkhorst. Chris is hitting .282. 2 homers, 39 RBIs for Chris Colkhorst. 10th round pick by the Padres out of Rice last year. And he shoots the next pitch foul up into the third base stands. This is a very unique ballpark. A 16-foot high wall stretches from the left field foul line, 330 feet away, all the way around to about 4/5 of the way around the ballpark. And then the wall suddenly is only 4 feet high. A hard shot smacked to second on one hop. Nate Sutton backhands it and throws in time to get Chris Colkhorst. Colkhorst hit it on the nose, but bounces out sharply to Sutton for 1 out here in the first inning. In other words, down the right field line, the wall is only 4 feet high for about 90 feet. Then it elevates to 16 feet high, where it is that's the height the rest of the way around this ballpark. It's 400 feet to dead center field, and a 16-foot high plywood wall provides a hitter's backdrop. Brett Dowdy, who's hitting .285, takes high, ball 1 from Jelena. Dowdy's a right-handed hitter. 2 homers, 39 RBIs. We didn't get to see Brett when we swept the Wizards in our ballpark earlier this month. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Dowdy was originally taken by the Dodgers out of the University of Florida in the 9th round in 2003. Ground ball up the middle, and it's a base hit for Brett Dowdy. Dowdy singles through the box. Sean Rodriguez gave it a great try behind the bag on the grass in shallow center, but Brett Dowdy slapped it too sharply right through the box. It almost hit Carl Jellina's feet on its way over the rubber. And Brett Dowdy has the game's first hit. 1 on, 1 out for Fort Wayne, and the batter is Matt Thayer. He's out of UCLA, 31st round pick by San Diego last year, and in 15 games, he's red hot. He's batting .420, 1 homer, 9 RBIs for Matt Thayer. Ball 1, low and away. Thayer is not a big guy. They list him at 5'10", 170. Out of UCLA. This is his second year of pro ball. He hit .284 in 46 games with the Eugene Emeralds last season. Short lead at first for Dowdy. He's 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts. And Carl Jelena steps off the rubber. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Great to have you with us from Northeast Indiana. Long look by Jelena. And the pitch is lofted toward the first base Wizard dugout and just beyond the reach of Michael Collins and Tim Duff, the Colonel catcher. In fact, it hit right on top of that first base Wizard dugout. The dugouts here are green, and they have two advertisers on top of each dugout, a bank and a fast food restaurant that does not do business with the Colonel, so we'll leave that up to your imagination. Michael Collins holds Dowdy at first. Brett lengthens his lead. Matt Thayer on a 1-1 delivery from the Colonel right-hander Jelena. Instead of throw to first, and Dowdy dives back in ahead of the tag by Michael Collins. The Colonels are in their all navy blue caps this evening to go along with gray pants and red knit tops. Toussaint in left, LeBlanc in center, and Warner Madrigal in right. Runner not going. And a changeup is blistered into left field over the head of Drew Toussaint, off the wall. Racing towards third is Brett Dowdy. Randy Reddy holds him there. Into second with a bullet double is Matt Thayer, who adds to his .420 average. Drew Toussaint went back and left high, might have gotten a glove on it. I think he did get a glove on that hard drive on a line into left. And after it hit his glove, it bounced off the base of the wall. And Brett Dowdy sped to third on a Matt Thayer scalding double over the head of Drew Toussaint in left field. Second and third, 1 out for Fort Wayne as Matt Lauderdale bats. Lauderdale, the cleanup man and catcher, with the Colonel infield playing back, has a great chance to give the Wizards an early lead for their 12-game winner, Mike Ekstrom. A changeup is low, ball 1 to Lauderdale. Matt hitting .282. 3 homers, 25 RBIs. The Wizards have some bounce in their step that they lacked when they were so slow out of the gate. They started the second half 2-13. They're now 12-18. Ball 2 is low, and it's 2-0 to the right-handed hitter Lauderdale. Matt's out of Charleston College in South Carolina. The Padres selected him in the 9th round in 2003. Lauderdale played in 39 games last year with Fort Wayne, hit .226, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. Right-handed batter with his front foot in the bucket. He has an open stance. He's only 5'10". 2-0 pitch is lifted in the air to left. Drew Toussaint on the run, and Drew has it. Tagging from third is Brett Dowdy. He could crawl home. It's 1-0 Wizards. Matt Lauderdale delivers the game's first run home with a line drive into left center. Drew Toussaint had to move quickly to his left to steer it. And Lauderdale's sacrifice fly to left scores Brett Dowdy. Matt Thayer held at second. 1-0 Wizards here in the bottom of the first inning. The batter is Mike Baxter. Baxter's hitting .227, left-handed hitter. He's only played in 6 games, and the Padres drafted him out of Vanderbilt University. He was playing in the Cape Cod Summer League. The Cape Cod Summer League is widely regarded by scouts as the premier summer college wood bat league. Oh, there are plenty of other good ones, including the Alaska Summer League. The first pitch from Jelena is lofted foul down the left field line, and it's up into the bleachers. Jason Ramos gave chase from third base. Strike 1 to Mike Baxter. Our two clubs are pretty evenly matched as far as batting average go. We're hitting .248. Fort Wayne's hitting .250. but we're ranked next to last in pitching with 4.73 ERA. Fort Wayne's pitching staff has the second lowest ERA in the league, 3.82. The left-handed hitter strokes the next pitch foul up into the third base seats, high above the Colonel dugout. We're here for 4, and we'll wrap things up with a noon start on Thursday. Thursday will come at you at 11:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. 0-2 to Mike Baxter, left-handed hitter with a slightly open stance. He holds his hands down low like Wade Boggs used to. And a changeup is in the dirt, blocked by Colonel catcher Tim Duff. Duff is getting his second straight start behind the dish for the Colonels. Two fellas ordinarily in the Colonel lineup are sidelined. Physicians Clinic of Iowa sponsors our injury report. All-star Freddie Sandoval missing his 5th game in a row. And 300 hitting Alexi Casilla with an 11-game hitting streak not in the lineup as well. Both are day-to-day. An 0-2 pitch, and this one is lofted foul straight back towards us. Great to see such a big crowd on a 91-degree night here in Fort Wayne. There are 6 rows of blue box seats behind home plate and down the lines above the dugouts. Then a large or wide catwalk, an aisleway if you will. 5 more rows of blue seats, and then 15 rows of aluminum back bleachers. That's the seating bowl configuration here. Ball 2 in the dirt. Carl Jelena has evened the count now to Mike Baxter. Colonels went down quickly and in order in the top of the first. The Wizards have 2 hits and a run in their half of the first inning. 1-0 Fort Wayne. A long section of aluminum planks, bleachers down the left field line here at the Castle. And down the right field line is a modest size, I would even call it a quaint, picnic deck. The scoreboard is high above the 16-foot high wall in right field. And it's a conventional matrix board, no LED video board here. Baxter fouls another one off the end of the bat. This one is hoisted into the third base stand. Carl Jelena has pitched 98 2/3 innings this season, surrendering 118 hits. Jelena has struck out only 45 batters in 98 2/3, but he has walked just 14. The league hitting .294 against the 21-year-old right-hander who comes set at the belt, looks at the runner at second and delivers. A high pop foul, out of play again down the left field line. What an at-bat for Mike Baxter. He has fouled off at least half a dozen Carl Jelena pitches. The Colonels still looking to put that fire in their belly, that sense of urgency that you like to see from a ball club. It just hasn't been there the last week and a half or two. And that's something that has to come from your makeup. You can't have a coach yell at you to get fired up. Ball 3 is high. Duff throws to second. The runner just got back. Oh, the runner at second, Matt Thayer, just did dive back hand first as Sean Rodriguez snuck in behind him. Meanwhile, it's a 3-2 count now to left-handed hitting Mike Baxter, playing in his 7th game as a Wizard. The lights have just been turned on here at Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne. Fastball outside, ball 4. Mike Baxter with one of the best at-bats we've seen all year. And did he earn that walk against Carl Jelena. And 3 men have reached here in the first for Fort Wayne. That was some at-bat by Mike Baxter. First and second, 2 gone. The number 6 hitter in the order for the Wizards is Sean Kazmar, Kazmar. Sean is out of Southern Nevada Junior College, 5th-round pick by San Diego last year. He's batting .261, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. For the right-handed hitting Kazmar, he also has 22 doubles. Carl Jelena fires a strike at the knees. We're back at home Friday. That's a red-letter date in this Kernel season, the Principal Financial Family Fun Fest on the parking lot of Veterans Memorial Stadium. 4 o'clock on Friday. It's free. The game at 7 o'clock, you just pay the regular affordable admission rate. A high drive into right. Warner Madrigal a few steps back and to his right, and Warner takes it down with one hand. Sean Kazmar skies to right. The Wizards send 6 men to the plate in the first inning. They score 1 run. On 2 base hits, a walk. There were no Colonel errors. Fort Wayne leaves 2 men aboard. And after 1 inning, here in Indiana, the Colonels trail the Wizards 1-0. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Do dragonflies really breathe fire? Maybe we can't answer a thought-provoking question like that. But Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, can answer all your insurance questions. Phil Andrews is an insurance expert, and he can help you with all kinds of protection: auto, home, life, health, and business. Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews, has all the right answers for the right insurance coverages for you and your family.
How do I sign up to enjoy the game from the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub, Julia?
It's simple. All you have to do is register at the customer service booth, Center Court at Westdale Mall, then listen to Mix 96.5 FM to find out if your name is drawn as the winner of the Home Run Hot Tub. As the winner, you'll savor a breathtaking panoramic view of the ballgame from the soothing splendor and comfort just above the left field wall at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Cool. I'm going to go grab my swimsuit.
Ready to win a new Honda Element SUV? Or how about a free mountain bike? Or check this out. College tuition, $20,000 worth. It's a free ride at CompUSA with great giveaways and awesome back-to-school savings on all the sweetest technology. Come on, take a free ride now at CompUSA. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older with a valid U.S. driver's license. Game ends August 11th. See store for official rules.
We're in Fort Wayne, where the Wizards struck for a run in the bottom of the first inning. Drew Toussaint will lead it off for the Kernels. Drew is now leading the ball club in home runs with 15, RBIs with 48. Freddie Sandoval, who I mentioned in the Wizard first, is still sidelined as part of our Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report. Freddie has a bad knee after being hit by a pitch Tuesday in Peoria. Freddie has led the club in RBIs most or all of the year until Drew belted his team-high 15th home run. He drove in both Colonel runs in yesterday's 8-2 Beloit victory at our Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mike Ekstrom's first pitch is in the dirt, ball 1, to the .278 hitting Colonel cleanup batter. Swing and a miss by Toussaint, strike 1. Toussaint, Madrigal, Sutton here in the Colonel's second inning. The Kernels have hit 79 home runs in 100 games. That's the third highest power output in the league. Strike 2 taken at the knees by Drew. Right-handed batter uses a black lacquer bat. 1-0 Fort Wayne here in the second inning. The 1-2. Up and in, a fastball. Guarding the line at third is Brett Dowdy. Baudilio Figueroa, who threw out 2 of the Colonel 3 batters in the first, is at short. Sean Kazmar at second, and playing well off the line at first is Mike Baxter. Drew Toussaint lifts it down the right field line, and behind the bag at first, in shallow right and foul ground, Mike Baxter has it. Drew Toussaint is the 4th Colonel to be retired to start this game by the 12-game winner, Mike Ekstrom. Toussaint fouls to first. Mike Ekstrom has pitched 119 in a third innings, allowed 112 hits in 119 in a third, struck out 80 in 119 in a third, walked only 28. His ERA is the 7th lowest in the league at 3.17. Alexi Casilla, not in the Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup. He has had a reoccurrence of a sore shoulder. A liner back to the mound, knocked down by the pitcher, and Ekstrom throws out Warner Madrigal. Warner hit that right off his trademark to the base of the mound. A good follow-through position by Ekstrom with his shoulders square to the plate. Mike reached down, had the pill hit off the heel of his mitt, rolled down the front side of the slope. Ekstrom picked it up and had plenty of time to get Madrigal. That's 5 straight Kernels that have been set down so far tonight. Nate Sutton is batting .227. Ball 1 upstairs. Sutton has a home run, 13 RBIs. The Kernels still lead the league with 133 steals in 100 games. The next pitch is outside, a fastball, and Nate Sutton's ahead 2-0. Nate was 2 for 13 against Beloit in our recently completed series with the Snappers. Sutton goes the other way and pokes it foul out of play down the left side. 1-0 Snappers, bases empty, 2 gone. Kernels batting in the top of the second inning. Nate Sutton bounces one to second on one hop. On to first with it is Sean Kazmar. And the Kernels go in order for the second straight frame as Nate Sutton bounces out to his counterpart, Wizard second baseman Sean Kazmar. First 6 have been set down by the 12-game winner Ekstrom. And after 1.5 innings here in Fort Wayne, the Wizards won, the Kernels nothing. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take the family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month, and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town? That's freaking unbelievable. Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Outson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Outson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Outson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Outson Oil Company at www.outson.com.
Lower third of the Wizard order to face Carl Jelena, bottom of the second inning, and Josh Alley out of the University of Tennessee, played in Omaha in the College World Series last month. Swings late and fouls one away to the left. Alley hitting .074 in 8 games, no homers, no RBIs. A high fly ball into deep right, chased by Madrigal. He's on the warning track, and in deep, deep right center, Warner corrals it. Josh Alley made a bid for a leadoff extra base hit, and it was turned aside on a very, very fine running catch in deep right center by Warner Madrigal for the first out here in the Wizard second inning. Josh Alley got much better wood on that pitch than I thought he did. 1 out for Basilio Figueroa, .228 hitter in 38 games. Right-handed batter, ball 1 upstairs. Wizards on top here in the early going, 1-0. Bottom of the second inning. The number 8 hitters ahead 2-0 as Carl's pitch was low. This Friday I was telling you about the Principal Financial Fun Fest on the parking lot of Veterans Memorial Stadium. There will be interactive games and activities for the family. That's why it's called the Principal Financial Family Fun Fest. And Principal was so pleased with it last year. We were one of only a handful of sites that were selected to make a second appearance consecutive. A 2-1 pitch is sliced off the end of the bat into shallow right. Warner Madrigal comes on, calls off Sutton and Collins, and Warner's been a busy man. Warner Madrigal has it, and the last 3 Wizard batters have flown out to right field. 2 away quickly in the Wizards' second inning. Here's Yordany Ramirez. Yordany's a right-handed batter, slightly built, hitting .200, 5 homers, 35 RBIs. He wears his white home trousers all the way down to his shoe tops. Fastball is low for ball 1. Jason Ramos is playing even with the base at third. Ramirez socks it to deep left. This one may go. It's at the wall, and it's up onto the net. A home run for your Donnie Ramirez. 2-0 Wizards. The number 9 hitter belts his 6th of the year with 2 out and nobody on to make it a 2-0 Fort Wayne lead here in the second inning. Your Donnie Ramirez, a 200 hitter with his 6th home run, and he lined it above the 16-foot-high wall in left. A very busy street parallels the left field wall. It's called Coliseum Boulevard, and thus a 30-foot-high net known as the Tater Sack protects the cars. And it's a good thing the Tater Sack was there to block that home run, because it would have hit a car out on Coliseum Drive. 2-0 Wizards. 11th home run surrendered by Carl Jelena, and this is 17th start of the year. Ball 1 low to the leadoff batter, Chris Colkhorst. Well, we've been falling behind too often early in our recent slump. Yesterday, we were behind 7-0 before we knew what hit us. Saturday night, before the big home crowd, we trailed 3-0 after the first half inning. Tonight, 2-0 Wizards in the second. The 2-0 pitch is a Steve Reich on the outside corner. Colkhorst grounded out to Nate Sutton, leading it off for the Wizards. He's from Rice University, and he's ahead 3-1 as Jelena's pitch was low and outside. Yeah, there's something we've got to do to shake our ball club up a little bit in terms of their energy level. There's a strike. And it does hurt not having Alexi Casilla and Freddie Sandoval in the lineup, that's for sure, but you can't let that infect your demeanor or your attitude. A line drive is a base hit into left, cut off by Toussaint on 2 hops, and Chris Colkhorst has the 4th hit of the game for the Wizards. Colkhorst leads the Fort Wayne Ball Club with 19 steals. He's been caught 5 times. The Wizards don't hit many home runs. That home run by Ramirez, their 50th in 101 games. The Kernels have 79 home runs in 101 games. Brett Dowdy singled and scored in the Fort Wayne first inning. Dowdy has a wide stance, holds his hands in towards his body, and waits as the throw to first has Colkhorst diving back safely. 2-0 Wizards, bottom of the second inning. Another throw to first, and Colkhorst gets back hand first again. Now the first pitch to Dowdy. Line down the left field line. Toussaint is on the run, and Drew has it. Drew Toussaint had to go a long way to his right and cover quite a bit of ground down the line and left to take a run away from the Wizards. Drew Toussaint on the move, lassoed in that hard shot off the bat of Brett Dowdy to end the Wizards' second inning. Fort Wayne adds to their lead with a 2-out home run by their number 9 hitter. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Kernel errors, and Fort Wayne leaves a runner aboard. They've now left 3 on. As the Kernels come to bat in the top of the third, we look for our first base runner against 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom. It's 2-0 Fort Wayne after 2, and you're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Hey, everybody, gonna get on down to Hometown Restyling. Hometown Restyling. For all your remodeling needs, satisfaction guaranteed. Hometown Restyling specializes in all of your home's interior, exterior needs. Visit our showrooms, one in Hiawatha, one in Coralville, and see the incredible possibilities. Windows, siding, sunrooms. Give us a call at 378-1221.
When we met, it's forget we would never forget Zio Janos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Janos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Janos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
Top of the third, 2-0 Fort Wayne. They scored single runs in the first and second, and 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom is ready to pitch to Jordan Renz. Jordan didn't play in yesterday's series finale at home to Beloit, and he wraps one hard to short. Down to get it, Figueroa, and on to first. Throw is high, and the first baseman, Mike Baxter, came down on the base to prevent a wild throw, and Renz is out. Jordan Renz swung at the first pitch and wrapped it hard to short. 7 in a row set down by Mike Ekstrom, the 12-game winner for Fort Wayne. Jason Ramos, 0-for-4 yesterday. Hitting 173, a homer, 6 RBIs. Jason has played in 25 games for the Kernels after coming over from the Red Sox organization. Ball 1 is downstairs to the Kernels switch-hitting third baseman, Jason Ramos. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Ekstrom is what I would call a 3/4 arm right-hander. He does not come straight over the top, and you couldn't really call him a side armor, but he's darn near a side armor. A changeup skips in the dirt, and it's ball 1 to Ramos. Kernels looking for their first base runner. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the third inning, 2-0 Wizards. And ball 2 is downstairs again to Ramos. Burlington and the swing of the Quad Cities are 8 games above 500. They're 19-11. They're the co-leaders in the Western Division second half standings. Beloit and Kane County are 4 games out. So is Wisconsin. Here's a worm burner, a slow roller to second. Easy for Sean Kazmar. He flips to first, and that's 8 straight set down by the Wizard right-hander. Tim Duff will try to solve him with 2 out and nobody on here in the third inning. Big goings on at Veterans Memorial Stadium this Saturday night. U.S. Cellular fireworks. And man, oh man, was it fun on Saturday with the Blues Brothers teaming up with Commercial Federal Bank. Commercial Federal Bank proudly sponsored fireworks. We had a big crowd. This Saturday night, meet me at the stadium for fireworks sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Ball 1 inside to Duff. Now Tim takes a strike at the letters. Tim Duff in 6 games, batting .143. Was 0-for-4 yesterday. He gets his first back-to-back start of the season and lost the next pitch foul. 1-2 to the 24-year-old catcher, Tim Duff, out of the University of Tampa. .298 batter for the Provo Angels, Pioneer League champions a year ago. Hard to believe that so many of these Kernel players came from a Pioneer League champion team, and we're having our trouble this year. Overall, our record 43-57. Just haven't been able to find the consistency that we were hoping for following that Pioneer League championship run by most of these players a year ago in Provo. Ball 2 is over but low, and it's 2-2 to the Kernel number 9 hitter, Tim Duff. But the Kernels have certainly shown flashes of good play this season. Duff takes high, ball 3. Tim's a right-handed batter. Steps out of the box, taps his spikes. He's from a suburb of Philadelphia, Coatesville, Pennsylvania. The payoff pitch to Tim Duff is nubbed foul to the left of home plate. The catcher, Matt Lauderdale, 10 feet to the left of the dirt batting circle picks it up, and the plate umpire, Randy Gagline, inspects it and deems it worthy of further use. Randy stuffs it into one of the blue kangaroo pouches hanging down from his black belt loop. His black belt, the loop of his pants are gray. Tim Duff lines one into left field, and that's the first Kernel hit of the game. On a payoff pitch, Duff drilled it in front of Chris Colcourse, the left fielder, for the first Kernel hit of the night. 1 on, 2 out. Tying run at the plate now in Josh LeBlanc. Josh popped out to shortstop to start tonight's action. A modest slate of games on the State Farm Major League scoreboard this evening. There are 5 in each league, that is, so a total of 10 games. LeBlanc jumps on the first pitch and fouls it away right behind home plate. The Cubs are hosting the Giants tonight. Philadelphia taking on the Astros in Houston. It's the Diamondbacks and Brewers tangling at Miller Park. The Mets are in Denver to face the Rockies, and the Dodgers will be playing the Reds later on this evening. In the American League, Baltimore and Texas at Camden Yards. The Red Sox playing down in St. Petersburg at Tropicana Field against Tampa Bay. The White Sox and Royals will tangle at Kauffman Stadium tonight. Ball 1 low to LeBlanc. And on the West Coast, it's Oakland and Cleveland and the Tigers and Mariners at Safeco Field. We'll bring you up to speed on scores a little bit later this evening on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Tim Duff has a short lead at first. He's not running. And ball 2 inside, a snap throw by the catcher, Matt Lauderdale, and Duff just got back head first. So Tim may not have had a big initial lead, but his secondary lead, the one you bounce off the base further when the pitch is on the way, lengthened, and he was really scrambling to have to get back. He's dusting himself off. Justin Bachman, the Kernel hitting coach and first base coach, talking it over with Tim Duff. Top of the third inning, Kernel's down by a pair, 2-0. LeBlanc shoots it into center, and coming on is Ramirez, and he has it. Yorvani Ramirez ate the ground up. Yordani Ramirez, rather, ate the ground up and flashed in to make the catch in shallow left center to end the Kernel third inning. No runs, 1 hit, our first of the night, a 2-out single by Tim Duff. There were no Wizard errors, and the Kernels leave 1 aboard, our first stranded of the evening. And after 2.5 in Fort Wayne, Wizards 2, Kernels nothing. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
The Cedar Rapids Kernels want to give your child a chance to hit a home run. By picking up a free reading scorecard at the Kernel Stadium gift shop, kids can keep track of their minutes and earn great rewards. Along with Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, the Kernels encourage you to open the world to your children by reading with them. If your kids hit a home run this summer by reading 1,000 minutes, the Kernels will recognize their accomplishments on the field at Reader Recognition Day in August.
It's Greeny and Golding.
My kids' favorite song in the world is the song YMCA. So I go to Barnes & Noble and I come across the Village People's Greatest Hits. Okay. So I walk up to pay. And so I'm standing there online.
Yeah.
And some guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, you're Greeny."
Uh-huh.
And he says, "Hey, what's up with Golding?" Whatever,
Yeah.
chat's making a little nice conversation. And he says to me, "What are you buying?"
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden I realize what I'm buying.
What you have in your hands that you now have to show this guy.
So I pulled it up. It's the best of the Village People. The look on this guy's face was classic.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, my God, everything they say about you is absolutely right."
Gang, we've been trying to tell you. This ain't an act.
It's Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio.
Fast-moving game sees the Wizards bat for the third time against 6-game winner Carl Jelena. The heart of the order for Fort Wayne. 420 batter Matt Thayer. He's hitting .420 in 15 games. Leads it off. The designated hitter and right-handed batter takes high, ball one, a fastball. 2-0 Wizards. The 16-foot high wall that, here's a ground ball foul to Randy Reddy, the Wizards skipper coaching at third. The 16-foot high wall here at Memorial Stadium is adorned with at least 4 or 5 dozen advertising panels. Gell and his Uncle Charlie is high. It's 2-1 to Matt Thayer. Johnny Appleseed Park is just beyond the right field wall here. Swing and a tip foul off the chest protector of Tim Duff evens the count to Thayer, 2-2. Matt wears his white home blue pinstripe trousers all the way down to his shoe tops. The Wizards wear blue hats. They have blue numbers on the back of their white home jerseys, and they wear cutout sleeves with a blue shirt underneath. That's getting to be more and more prevalent in professional baseball. Fastball inside, and the count runs full to Matt Thayer. Carl's payoff offering. Slap to third. Jason Ramos has it on one hop, taps the ball into his mitt before delivering a strike across the diamond to Michael Collins. Matt Thayer is retired on a bouncer to third, one away here in the Fort Wayne third inning. Remember, we'll have a chance in the fifth inning tonight for you to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop by logging on to our website at www.kernels.com. In the fifth inning, the top of the fifth, we'll have our Kernel Road Show Trivia Challenge question for you. First pitch swinging, Matt Lauderdale fouls one straight back. There is not a path that is carved from the pitching mound towards home plate like there is in our ballpark here in Fort Wayne, but there is a large rectangular patch of dirt in front of the mound. A long, deep drive to center, over the head of Josh LeBlanc, off the wall, around second, heading to third, Matt Lauderdale. Head first slide, one out triple for Lauderdale. Matt Lauderdale tucked it over the head of Josh LeBlanc, who turned his back to home plate, sped back to the warning track, and in front of the 16-foot high wall in center, reached up, got a glove on it, could not catch it, and it's a triple for Matt Lauderdale, his second of the season. Fort Wayne has now out-hit the Kernels 5-1. A one-out triple belted over the head of Josh LeBlanc, and that should mean the Kernel infield will be in, yes, in a 2-0 game Fort Wayne with the 12-game winner on the hill for the Wizards. The infield is in for the Kernels. A high pop-up into shallow right. We'll have a play at the plate. Madrigal catches it. The runner comes half or a third of the way down the line. The throw home, and stopping at third or holding at third is Matt Lauderdale. Mike Baxter, swinging on the first pitch, hoisted it into shallow right. Madrigal called off Nate Sutton, and in shallow right, Warner made the play. Matt Lauderdale bluffed to break home. He went about 4 steps down the third base line and then halted, and Warner Madrigal's throw was up the third base line side of the plate, but still very good. It would have had Lauderdale had Matt tried to score on that shallow fly ball into right. Kernan Ronan now comes out of the Kernel third base dugout to talk it over with Carl Jelena, and he's probably trying to help Carl determine how to pitch to Scott Kazmar, who flew out to right to end the Wizard first inning. As I was saying before the triple to center by Matt Lauderdale, there's a big patch of dirt in front of the pitching mound, and it's about 15 feet wide, and it extends about 15 feet towards home plate, but then it stops, and it kind of looks like a keyhole is what it looks like, a keyhole of a door. Kazmar takes a strike, a fastball. Carl Jelena is trying to pitch around a one-out triple here in the third inning with Fort Wayne in search of their third run of the night. Kazmar takes it low, a changeup. 2-0 Wizards. The next one is low for ball 2. Carl Jelena, a 10-6 winner his last time out in Peoria on a hot Tuesday afternoon at O'Brien Field. This is Carl's first start against the Wizards. He, like Mike Ekstrom of Fort Wayne, didn't face each other. Here's a high pop foul headed towards the backstop. Tim Duff gives chase, and it's up onto the net that connects the back of the backstop with the press box here. We're high above the home plate area. This is the highest vantage point we have of Midwest League Baseball in the entire league. And this ballpark is part of a complex that includes a newly remodeled Fort Wayne Coliseum where a professional ice hockey team plays, just across the parking lot. Ooh, a fastball, apparently high and inside, runs the count full to Kazmar. Scott steps out, adjusts his blue and white batting gloves. He's using a black lacquer bat. And with a runner at third, Carl Jelena will try to retire the number 6 hitter. I think he has a high pop foul. Jason Ramos chasing, and it's just beyond his reach up into the bleachers down the left field line. Count remains full to Sean Kazmar. Kernels have been out hit so far 5-1 and trail 2-0. We're 4 games under 500. The Wizards are 6 games under. In the second half, that is. Another payoff delivery. A shot into left. Toussaint is there and has it. Sean Kazmar drilled it right at the left fielder, Drew Toussaint, and Carl Jelena retires Kazmar to keep it a 2-0 game. Fort Wayne. Matt Lauderdale's one-out triple did not have the Wizards add to their lead here in the third inning. No runs for Fort Wayne. 1 hit. There were no Kernel errors, and the Wizards strand 1. They've left 4 aboard. Nice job by Carl Jelena. After giving up a one-out triple, he prevents the Wizards from adding to their lead. After 3, Fort Wayne up on the Kernels 2-0. This is Kernel Baseball in the zone.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Jen. What's up?
Your hair looks great. Did you get it cut?
Sure did. I went to Cost Cutters.
Wait, are those highlights?
Yeah, I've always wanted to try.
Interesting.
It looks really good. Don't you just love how you can stop into Cost Cutters anytime and get a great cut or color?
Yeah, you don't have to plan out the next month of your life to fit in a haircut.
Right.
With Cost Cutters, you can go after work.
Yeah, on weekends.
Hey, on your lunch break, it's great when you forget you have like an afternoon meeting.
You are such a procrastinator.
No, I am not.
Okay, maybe I am. Yeah.
Now, Mark, are those chestnut or caramel highlights?
I don't know what color they are. All I know is that it looks good. Cost Cutters is the only salon for me.
You should be like the official spokesmodel for Cost Cutters.
Spokesmodel.
No, exactly.
Hey,
Don't you
he's
think?
working on it.
Oh, guys, come on.
You work a little.
Stop into your neighborhood Cost Cutters anytime. Convenience is Cost Cutters' trademark. Cost Cutters, just your style. Cost Cutters is proud to support Eastern Iowa's most wholesome, affordable family entertainment. Cedar Rapids Kernels Baseball.
Welcome back to the Coliseum in Fort Wayne. We're through 3 innings. The Kernels trail the Wizards 2-0. Sean Rodriguez grounded out to short in the first inning. Rodriguez will face 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom, Ekstrom, to open up the Kernel 4th inning. Sean won the Pioneer League Most Valuable Player Award last year. Spent the first half of the season with the Kernels. hit .250 for us in 57 games. And with Provo in 64 games, Sean hit .338 last year, 10 homers, 55 RBIs. Strike one evens the count to Sean Rodriguez. We have great news here from our broadcast perch high above the dirt batting circle. A little looper into center. This may drop. No, the second baseman ranges far out into shallow center to rob Rodriguez of a Texas League single. It was Sean Kazmar who had to go back and to his right to take a hit away from Sean Rodriguez, who pops out to shallow center. Second baseman caught it. One away here in the fourth, 2-0 Wizards. Mike Maz was kind enough to invite us into his broadcast booth when we were hosting the Wizards earlier this month. Mike is the first-year play-by-play voice of Fort Wayne, certainly a well-known figure in the media here, though, with his coverage of Indiana University at Purdue, Fort Wayne, volleyball and basketball. I get that right, Mike?
Yeah, very good job, John.
The Mastodons?
Very good. You remember well.
Well, you've been a good friend over the years, Mike. A swing and a miss by Collins. Michael steps out. He's in the hole 0-2. And ask and ye shall receive. I asked Mike if he could garner some scores for us so that we could bring you up to speed on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. And I'll have Mike do that for us in just a moment. The 0-2 to Collins. High, a fastball. State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Lanny Peterson for the 10th year in a row bring us the scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and we'll start with the National League with Mike Maz in a moment. Ball two outside to Collins.
Well, in the National League, John, top half of the third inning at Milwaukee, the Brewers lead Arizona 2-1. They're also on the top of the third at Houston. The Astros shutting out Philadelphia 2-0. 1-1 tie, San Francisco and the Cubs, with Chicago batting in the bottom of the third.
Ball three to Collins, and the count full now to Michael. 2-0 Wizards here, top of the fourth inning. And, Mike, we have a lot of Cub fans in eastern Iowa. You said at Wrigley the Giants and Cubs are tied at 1 in the fourth.
Bottom of the third.
All right. Michael Collins slices the payoff pitch foul down the right side, and a couple of games later on tonight.
The Mets will be at Colorado, and the Dodgers will host Cincinnati.
And the American League.
Boston trailing Tampa Bay 2-1 as the Devil Rays bat in the bottom of the fifth. The Orioles are being shut out by Texas 2-0 as Baltimore bats in the bottom of the fourth. The White Sox with a 5-run first inning lead the Kansas City Royals 5-1. Chicago batting at the top of the second.
Michael Collins pulls it on the ground to third. The long throw by Brett Dowdy gets the hustling Colonel first baseman. And there are two away here in the fourth inning. The Colonels have one base runner, a two-out single by Tim Duff back in the third, and trail 2-0. And likewise in the American League, there are West Coast games.
Later on tonight, Cleveland will be at Oakland, and my Detroit Tigers will be visiting Seattle to play the Mariners.
Mike Maz is with us, and Mike, thanks for bringing us those scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Drew Toussaint with the bases empty and two out, tips one foul just beyond the back of the dirt batting circle. It's inspected by Randy Gagline and deemed worthy of game play. Well, Mike, you just mentioned your favorite team, the Tigers. How far are we from these three cities, driving distance or driving time? Let's start with Detroit.
Just between 2 3/4 and 3 hours.
A ground ball foul into the Colonel third base dugout keeps Toussaint in the hole 0-2. So between 2.5 and 2 3/4.
Right. I'm from Detroit. Depends on what side of the city. Comerica Park, you're looking at a 3-hour drive being downtown on the Detroit River.
And then how far a drive from Chicago?
Again, just near that 3-hour range, between 2.5 and 3 hours.
And how far north are we from Indianapolis, your state capital?
2 hours.
That's why Fort Wayne is very much like Beloit or Rockford, Illinois, Beloit, Wisconsin. You're kind of a crossroads with a lot of travel and truck traffic.
We're also less than 4 hours from Cleveland and 2.5 hours from Dayton.
A pitch in the dirt, and that's ball one to Toussaint. Mike Maz is with us, M-A-A-H-S.
You remember that, too?
Oh, yes. Mike is in his first year with the Wizards. It was a lot of fun for Mike and I to head out along with Colonel Media Relations Director Todd Brummelkamp earlier this month to the official home course of the Colonels, Wildcat Golf Course in Schellsburg. Wrapping one up the middle is Drew Toussaint. It's past the diving Basilio Figueroa into center, and Drew Toussaint has the second Colonel hit of the game off 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom. Drew Toussaint with a good at-bat, fell in the hole 0-2, battled and singled through the box for the second Kernel hit of the night. Well, Mike, I never dreamed that when I was telling you to keep your chin up earlier this month, you were in the throes of a miserable start in the second half, 2-13. We swept your ball club. Now you've got to cheer myself and our listeners up. We've dropped 12 of our last 14.
Well, I'll give it my best shot to a point, John, and you know where I'm coming from.
I sure do. Here's a drive into right, way back by Madrigal, way back, and the game is tied! Warner Madrigal belts one over the 4-foot-high wall in right to tie the game, 2-2. It's Warner's 12th home run of the year, and we're tied at 2 here in the top of the fourth inning. Warner Madrigal showing surprising opposite field power, belted one on a line over the head of Josh Alley, over the 4-foot-high wall I described, and we're tied here in the fourth inning, 2-2 on the 2-run home run over the 4-foot wall and right by Warner Madrigal.
We did a nice job, John, of going with the pitch and getting the break. As you said, that short porch is only 4 feet high. It runs for about 66 feet that way.
It's always intrigued me, and it's because a previous general manager who built an empire with the Kane County Cougars before coming here, Bill Larson, wanted to build picnic decks out there, and in order for people to see in the ballpark, he had to cut the 16-foot-high wall, Mike, to 4 feet. It's 1-1 to Nate Sutton, and I had not seen a home run. Here's a bouncer pass first, gloved by one hand, and the race to the bag is won by Mike Baxter, the first baseman, as Sutton is retired by the first baseman Baxter unassisted. A 2-out single by Toussaint, followed by a 2-run homer from Madrigal, his 12th of the year, and the Kernels have tied the game here in the fourth inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, there were no wizard errors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. We go to the home half of the fourth inning. We'll continue our fun visit with Mike Moz, the play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne Wizards, throughout the middle 3 innings here this evening. After 3.5, brand new ball game. Kernels 2, Wizards 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Football is just around the corner, and John Wilson Sports, your team representative, has the equipment you need. Football pants, mesh practice jerseys, shoes, socks, shorts in your team colors, and protective gear are all in stock now. John Wilson Sports also has a wide selection of swimsuits for training or leisure, as well as sport glides, sandals, goggles, and caps to make this summer pool season fun for the whole family. John Wilson Sports, always the low price leader at the corner of First Avenue and Collins Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids.
Back by popular demand. Motor Madness. This Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Downs Speedway. Motor Madness. Featuring school bus races, minivan races, and dirt track motorcycles on the big Hawkeye Downs Speedway paved Kazmar. And for the more traditional fan, USAC Ford Focus Midget. Plus Hawkeye Downs Performance Concept Plate Models Big 50-lap feature. Motor Madness. Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Downs Speedway.
In the world of golf, the word titanium is becoming key to a great game of golf. Just think about it, titanium drivers, even titanium golf balls. Now get the titanium that will really help your game. Maui Jim Titanium Sport Sunglasses, featuring their patented Polarized Plus technology, which eliminates glare so completely, you'll read putts and see your target line a whole lot better. Maui Jim Titanium Sport Sunglasses.
For both single vision and progressive prescription Maui Jim glasses, visit Arcade Opticians, 1953 First Avenue.
Bolstered by a 2-out 2-run homer by Warner Madrigal to tie the game, Carl Jelena has gotten ahead of Josh Alley, a left-handed batter. Strike one, now a pitch high. Alley is out of the University of Tennessee. The 1-1 to the left-handed hitter is just outside. Ball 2. Josh Alley made a bid for his first extra base hit of the year, was robbed on a good catch in deep right center by Madrigal, opening up the second inning. Carl Jelena falls behind 3-1 to the left-handed batter. Hitting .074 in 8 games out of the University of Tennessee, where he played in the College World Series this past June. Ball 4, I'll be darned. That is unbelievable that Carl Jelena, with his control, after his teammates rally to tie the game in the top of the fourth, gets ahead of Josh Alley 0-1 and then walks him. First walk issued by either hurler tonight. Mike Moz is with us, and Mike, what do you attribute? I know the Wizards are in the top third in the league in attendance, averaging over 4,000 a game, but on a hot Monday evening, this place is really full. What was the promotion? There goes the runner, and a high drive into center. Josh LeBlanc has to move 3 steps back, waits, and has it. Returning to first is Josh Alley as Baudilio Figueroa flies to center on a hit and run. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the fourth, 2-2 the score. Mike, what do you attribute this big throng, this big crowd to?
Well, this is dollar night, John, where the fans can get dollar hot dogs, dollar pop, dollar beer. It's been a successful event for several years now, and
you have it ingrained in the minds of people in this market then that Monday
is dollar night.
There's a special reason
Correct.
to come. Wow, that's tremendous marketing, Mike. Tremendous. Now, ticket prices are still the same. But the ground ball to deep third. Knocked down by Ramos. Long throw, not in time. A Baltimore chop by the number 9 hitter, Yordani Ramirez. Jason went behind the base to reach high. His throw did not have enough on it. It was a throw that one-hopped Michael Collins. It was a bang-bang play. And the base umpire, Jason Creek, signaled safe. An infield single for Yordani Ramirez in this 2-2 game.
John, I just noticed something. Alley is not on the base path.
Okay, let's get the binoculars down there and see who that pinch runner is.
It's Yordani Ramirez. I think I'll explain something in a moment.
Wait, there's 2 out.
Yep.
Now wait a minute.
Okay, let me explain what I think happened. Alley was on first base
on the fly ball to center,
and Figueroa hit the high fly. Alley was running. He went and actually stepped on second base, and before the ball was caught, he took off back for first.
And don't tell me he forgot to retag the base.
Well, he touched the base.
Yeah.
But Cedar Rapids evidently appealed, and the base umpire, Jason Creek, called Alley out for evidently not touching the base.
On his way back?
Yes.
Okay, that I understand. Thank goodness Mike came when he did. I didn't see that. There are 2 out. The runner goes. A pitch, a strike. The throw to second. Not in time. Yordani Ramirez has stolen second, and he's the go-ahead run with 2 out. And we're going to call it for right now a double play that Baudilio Figueroa hit into. We'll call it 8-4 with Josh Alley not touching second base on his way back to first.
I'll check with my former colleague, the official scorer Mike Jewell, between innings, John, to get that official ruling.
1-1 to Chris Colkhorst, who is trying to give the Wizards the lead back. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, 2-2 the score. A change-up low. Duff heaves it down to second. It hits the runner in the small of the back and then ricochets all the way into shallow right, and we're likely to see trainer Paul Navarro come out to look at Yordani Ramirez. Ooh, a throw with that kind of velocity on it hit Yordani in the lower back on his way back to second. Well, he's going to tough it out. He puts his batting helmet back on, and he leads away from second with 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The score tied at 2. Wow, that throw hit him right in the back. And a good thing that Josh Alley was out on a base running mistake. Here's a line shot foul. Look out down the left field line where those bleachers are. It's strike 2. Now the deuces are wild. 2-2 to Colkhorst. Chris, the leadoff batter out of Rice University. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 2 out and a runner at second, and the score tied at 2. That's about as wild as the deuces get.
That's right. Chris has a propensity to hit a lot of foul balls and extend a count to as many as 12 pitches on one occasion this year.
Mike Baxter did that in the first inning before walking. Ball 3 is high from Jelena. A 2-out, 2-run homer by Warner Madrigal with Toussaint aboard in the top of this fourth inning tied the game at 2. A leadoff walk, then a fly ball to center by Figueroa, caught by LeBlanc. Apparently Josh Alley did not touch second base after rounding it on the hit and run and was called out. A high fly ball into left. Drew Toussaint has it measured a few steps to his right, Drew squeezes it, and Carl Jelena pitches around the two-out scoring threat by the Wizards. No runs for Fort Wayne in the fourth. One hit, no Colonel errors, a stolen base, and one left. Mike Maz, can you explain how Josh Alley was out on that fly ball to center?
Well, my best thing I can say, John, is again on the pitch. Josh Alley was moving on the pitch.
He was running.
He actually had touched second base.
Yes.
While the ball was still in the air.
Did he round second base?
He touched second base and had 1 foot on the left field side.
Then did he touch it coming back?
He did, but he started coming back while the ball was still in the air. I don't know exactly what the ruling is, but
he's allowed to come back to first base.
Right.
On a fly ball.
Evidently, in the umpire's decision, he did not touch second base, and that's why they ruled him out.
Okay. We go to the top of the fifth inning. We're tied in Fort Wayne at 5, and we're tied in Fort Wayne at 2, and this is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
Ouch! One of the fears of waste handlers, getting stuck by a needle without any warning. It's not only painful, what's even worse, they can be exposed to a life-threatening illness. Here's how to safely dispose of used needles and syringes. Put them in a sealed container like plastic bottles. Better yet, in official sharps containers. Then they're ready to be put in your trash for curbside collection. By following these simple steps, you're reducing a potential hazard to waste handlers. Your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling appreciate it.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Millions of American families rely on Lincoln and Mercury cars, trucks, and SUVs. Right now, Lincoln Mercury invites you to join the family and pay the same low prices our employees and their families pay. Introducing the Lincoln Mercury Family Plan. Through August 1st, you'll get discounts on every Lincoln and Mercury vehicle at participating dealers. No hassle, no gimmicks. From our Lincoln Mercury family to your family. Welcome. Available on 05 models. Take delivery from participating dealer stock by 8105. See dealer for complete details.
Mike Ekstrom quickly retires Jordan Renz, the designated hitter, on a ground ball to third. Brett Dowdy on to first, and two pitches and one out here in the fifth inning. 2-2 game. Jason Ramos takes just high, ball one. Mike Maz, the voice of the Wizards, is with us. And Mike, we just got the amazing news, a Monday night crowd here of 5,423. Ball two to Ramos, who bounced out to second his first time up. And again, what items are $1 every Monday here at the Castle?
Hot dogs, pop, and beer.
And admission is regular.
Correct.
A high pop-up. This will be easy beyond third for Brett Dowdy. He's in foul ground on the grass in shallow left, and Jason Ramos has fouled out to third. There are quickly 2 men gone in the Colonel fifth inning with the game tied 2-2. Here's Tim Duff, who ended the string of 8 in a row, set down by Ekstrom to start the evening with a 2-out liner into left his first time up. It came on a 3-2 pitch. 5,423 on a 90-degree-plus Monday night in Fort Wayne. That is great marketing. Ball one is outside to Tim Duff. How big is Fort Wayne, Mike?
Right now, city limits only, it's about a little over 205,000.
About double the size of Cedar Rapids. A dribbler foul towards the Colonel third base dugout. It's 1-1 to Tim Duff.
I say right now because there's going to be some more annexation which has taken place over the last several years. Come January 1st, a section of town called Aboit Township on the southwest side, there's going to be roughly about 35,000 more residents.
Well, that'll be good for the tax rolls. Ball two is low and away to the Colonel catcher. 2 away, nobody on. Top of the fifth inning, we're tied 2-2. The 2-1. High, ball three. Mike, Bob Brooks wanted me to extend a very, very heartfelt thanks to you. He really savored his time with you and your listeners earlier this month when you invited him on your Fort Wayne broadcast. The 3-1 to Duff. Ball four inside. Well, that's a mental mistake by Mike Ekstrom to walk the number 9 hitter in a tie game. with 2 out here in the 5th inning.
Well, I'd like to say thanks to Bob, thanks to you, and thanks to Julia for all coming on that our getaway day. And Bob spent 3 innings with us on the previous game, and he was a delight. Getting a chance to work with him and listening to him talk about all his experiences with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Here's a line drive ripped into right. That should send Duff to third. No, Tim will stop at second as hustling in to retrieve it, Josh Alley. And Josh LeBlanc, who had 2 hits yesterday, has his first hit tonight. LeBlanc ripped it into right, sending Duff the go-ahead run to second with 2 out. Bob told me that Fort Wayne is pretty evenly divided, 33% Notre Dame fans, 33% Indiana Hoosier fans, 33% Purdue Boilermaker fans. I found that fascinating.
It depends on the sport. And I'll explain as we go along here, John.
I'm guessing there are more Irish football fans than basketball.
That's correct, and there's also a lot more IU basketball fans in this part of the state.
I wonder why. Time is called. Mike Maz, what a premier event your newly renovated Coliseum across the parking lot hosted this past off season. I believe Michigan State played Notre Dame and a high drive to left. Back goes Colcourse. He's on the warning track. He looks up. Adios! Adios! 3-run dinger! Sean Rodriguez! He propels the Kernels into a 5-2 lead here in the top of the 5th inning, rather. Sean Rodriguez belts one up into the tater sack, high above the 16-foot high wall and left. A 3-run blast by Rodriguez, his 6th of the year. It came after a 2-out walk drawn by the number 9 hitter Duff, a single to right by LeBlanc, and then Rodriguez went deep, high to left, into the potato sack, the net, the screen that protects Coliseum Boulevard. A 3-run homer by Sean, and the Kernels now have a 5-2 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Wow, Sean Rodriguez. Mike, we both looked. When you walk the number 9 hitter with 2 out, sometimes that can be disastrous.
This is a problem that Mike Ekstrom has had lately with his pitching.
And that is the long ball or the big inning?
A combination of two. These 2 home runs tonight that have been hit by Madrigal and by Rodriguez, they are home runs number 6 and 7 given up by Ekstrom this year.
A ground ball up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman. Kazmar throws. He made a big league sensational play to take a hit away from Michael Collins. Sean Kazmar to his right, behind second, in shallow center field nonetheless. Dove, picked himself up, fired to first, and got Collins by half a step to end the inning. A big league play at second by Sean Kazmar ends the Kernel 5th inning. 3 runs for the Kernels, scored with 2 out on a 3-run blast by Sean Rodriguez, his 6th of the year. There were 2 hits for the Kernels, no wizard errors, and the Kernels leave nobody aboard. Mike Maz, before we pause, was it Michigan State playing Notre Dame in your Coliseum this past winter?
It was the University of Michigan, who has won 7 national championships, and Michigan defeated Notre Dame in that contest. But a big crowd of I want to say roughly about 9,500 were in the Coliseum to watch those 2 collegiate powers collide.
We'll talk about it and what else is going on here in Fort Wayne. This is a mecca of sport and outdoor activity. After 4.5, the Kernels now have erased a Wizard 2-0 lead and lead Fort Wayne 5-2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Center Point Road Northeast.
Saturday morning, it's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on The Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 279 Collins Road Northeast. Only here on The Zone.
Opening up the Fort Wayne fifth and lofting one into a triangle in right center is Brett Dowdy, and backpedaling between LeBlanc and Madrigal is the Kernel second baseman Nate Sutton, who has it. Brett Dowdy, who singled and scored in the first, has popped out to shallow right, where Nate Sutton was pinched, squeezed by LeBlanc and Madrigal. Three Kernels converged, and Sutton made the play, one away. Here's Matt Thayer. A two-out, two-run blast by Madrigal tied the game in the fourth. A three-run, two-out home run by Rodriguez has given the Kernels a 5-2 lead here in the fifth inning. Carl Jelena misses high, now delivers a strike to the .420 hitting Matt Thayer out of UCLA. This is his 16th game. Right-handed hitter. Ball two, almost hit the batter.
John, if I could, again, I want to thank Bob and you and Julia for coming on to our broadcast. And I found Bob delightful. And again, tell him, well, if you would.
I'm sure he's listening, but I will tell him.
That thank him for coming on board. And I really enjoyed the 2 days I had a chance to spend with him in our broadcast booth. And if he ever makes it back here to Fort Wayne, or maybe if we both qualify, we're in the playoffs. Maybe you guys get a spot in the second half. When we meet in the championship round, we can meet again.
Boy, would that be something. A 2-2 let-up is pounded foul into the Wizard right field bullpen. Mike Maz is with us for the middle innings. And, Mike, what was the name of the legendary Hoosier broadcaster, the basketball broadcaster that Bob knows?
Hilliard Gates.
Yes.
The late Hilliard Gates was a fixture in Fort Wayne for over 4 decades.
Wow. That's almost as long as Bob Chase has been calling Fort Wayne Comet hockey. Bob Chase has been broadcasting for 50 years.
I believe, if I have it correctly, as many years as I'm alive, 52.
Fouling the next pitch away, off to the right in the air is Thayer, the 2-2 from Carl. Up and in, and a little bit of chin music as Matt Thayer had to contort his way like a pretzel out of the way of that 2-2 delivery. Now the count full to the right-handed batter with a spread eagle stance, and he rips it to short. Tough play for Rodriguez. Sean stabs it, comes straight over the top with the peg, and made it look easy. Matt Thayer was robbed of a hit on a scalding bullet to shortstop. Sean Rodriguez stood his ground, reached up like he was stopping traffic to nab it, and then took his time to retire Matt Thayer. That was a beautiful play by Rodriguez, the shortstop.
Well, it reminded me of what our shortstop, Matt Bush, has done on many occasions this year.
Matt Bush, the native of San Diego, first player taken in last year's draft by the Padres. He's only 18, isn't he?
19. He's 19 years old.
Ball one is low to Lauderdale. He's getting the night off. Matt Lauderdale has been a big part. A high, deep drive to center. LeBlanc won't get it. It's over his head. It may be another triple for Matt Lauderdale. He's into second with a stand-up double. I was just about to say Matt Lauderdale has been a big part of the Fort Wayne offense. Sacrifice fly to put him ahead in the first, 1-0. A one-out triple in the third, but he was left stranded, and he has lit up Carl Jelena tonight. That booming double, no chance for LeBlanc as Josh turned his back to home plate and just waited for it to land at the base of the wall at the 400-foot mark. Fort Wayne has out-hit the Kernels
7-5.
7-5. The Kernels lead it 5-2. Out to the mound is Mike Duff to have a word, or Tim Duff to have a word with Carl Jelena. Mike Baxter is the hitter. Baxter was plucked out of the Cape Cod League by the Padres.
Signed last Sunday. Joined the team in Lansing last Monday. I'll tell you a couple of quick stories about him as we go along.
He has a batting stance very similar to Wade Boggs, and I bet he idolized Boggs if he's from the East Coast, to change up low. and that he holds his hands below his belt. Remember how Boggs would do that, Mike?
Yeah, he actually played 2 years at Vanderbilt and 1 year prior to that at Columbia University.
In New York City, that's the school that produced Lou Gehrig and Frankie Frisch was Fordham. The 1-0 to Baxter, the left-handed batter. He lifts it into left. Toussaint has a beat on it near the line. Drew's under it and has it to end the inning. Carl Jelena pitches around a 2-out double, getting Mike Baxter to sky to left. Drew Toussaint has hauled in 5 chances tonight flawlessly in left field for the Kernels. No runs for the Wizards in the 5th inning. 1 hit. They've had at least 1 hit in each of their first 5 at bats. No Kernel errors, and Fort Wayne leaves the bases empty. We go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll continue our visit with Fort Wayne broadcaster Mike Maz. After 5, Kernels 5, Wizards 2. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Have you heard the great news? Mediacom has stepped to the plate to give girls and boys the chance to do cool stuff with the Kernels and at the stadium. As a member of the Mediacom Little Sluggers, you'll get to have an autograph session with the Kernels, take a tour of the stadium, watch a movie from the outfield grass, take batting practice with the Kernels, and participate in a story time with the players. Join the fun of the Mediacom Little Sluggers by registering online at Kernels.com. That's Kernels.com.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' newest full-service landscaping center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowa wholesalers for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. Along with their garden center and brand new floral shop, Cedar Rapids Greenhouses offers a full selection of landscaping products and services. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home improvement efforts. They will work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. If you want to do it yourself, walk through their expansive 4-acre in-town location and choose from a wide variety of trees, shrubs, or blooming plants. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of annuals, perennials, and a variety of magnolias, maples, and lilacs. For the highest quality and wholesale prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's newest garden center, floral shop, and full-service landscapers. Corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Roads Northwest.
Drew Toussaint will lead off an inning for the second time in 3 at-bats tonight. Drew is fouled to first, singled ahead of a 2-out, 2-run homer by Madrigal in the 4th that tied the game, and now he leads off the 6th against 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom and cranks the first pitch foul into the Kernel third base dugout. Mike Maz is with us, and Mike, you said that there are more Notre Dame football fans here in Fort Wayne than Purdue and Indiana University, but more IU basketball fans.
That's correct. Very correct.
A high drive, belted into right center. This could be a tweener. It's at the wall, and it's
gone.
Out of here! Drew Toussaint has launched his team-high 16th home run of the year to give the Kernels a 6-2 lead. Mike and I both saw it disappear. We thought it hit the wall in deep right center, but Toussaint has hit his team-high 16th of the year, the 3rd Kernel home run of the night, and it takes the Kernels now to a 6-2 lead. Mike, it's unfathomable that a right-handed batter could hit one over the 16-foot high wall in right center, but Toussaint just did it, and I don't believe it.
John, for 13 years, this has been regarded as a pitcher's park in the Midwest League.
My goodness, what opposite field power by Toussaint. It disappeared over the golden arches of the McDonald's sign, high atop the 16-foot high wall. Here's a line drive ripped over the pitcher's head, Ekstrom into center, and Warner Madrigal follows the Toussaint home run with a solid single into center. And Mike Ekstrom, as you were saying, Mike Maz, is a 12-game winner. He's 12-3, but it seems like things happen in bunches with him.
It really does, and it started with a game that the Wizards played at Kane County in early June. Mike was 7-1 on the year going into that game, and in that game he gave up 8 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings, and then ironically he was the winning pitcher.
Here's a bunt by Sutton, maybe good enough for a base hit. It is fielded up the third base side by Ekstrom. Bare-hand pickup. And that's a bunt single for Nate Sutton. So the Kernels are trying to pounce on the 12-game winner and deliver a possible knockout blow Here in the top of the sixth, a home run, a single, and a bunt single. And the Wizards have a right-hander up in their bullpen.
Looks like Phil Polanco, who's played collegiately at Cal State Northridge, John, and veteran Wizard pitching coach Steve Weber out to try to get Mike Ekstrom to refocus. And I think the last two batters after the home run hit by Toussaint, that Mike Ekstrom has lost a little bit of focus. Again, this is the second time this year that a Wizard pitcher has given up 3 home runs in a game. The now departed Clayton Hamilton, who was originally scheduled to pitch tomorrow night here before he got promoted to Lake Elsinore last night, gave up 3 home runs in a game at South Bend. But Mike had, as I started to say, and I'll try to finish it quickly, John, at Kane County, he gave up 8 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings, and yet he was the winning pitcher because in the top half of the 6th inning, the Wizards scored 11 runs against the Cougars and won the game 13-11.
Wow. What a comeback. Jordan Renz, as the ball is taken low and it trickles away from the catcher, Matt Lauderdale, but neither Madrigal or Sutton tried to advance. Ball 1 to Jordan.
There was another instance on June 12th at Burlington. Ekstrom was the starting pitcher. The first 2 innings, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. The third inning, 7 runs on 7 hits and a walk. Innings 4 and 5, 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Wizards came from behind to win that game 10-7.
Well, that's anecdotal evidence of kind of the roller coaster second half for Ekstrom. This isn't going to help matters as Jordan Renz pops it foul outside first. 1 gone. Jordan was not called upon to bunt, and he fouls out in front of the base at first to Mike Baxter. It'll take a base hit from Ramos or Duff if the Kernels are going to add to a 6-2 lead. Here in the 6th inning, we promised you a chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop in the 5th inning, but the action was just too rigorous for us to get to that, and with Mike Maz's help, we'll do it now. Log on now to our website at www.kernels, KERNELS.com for your chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. If you've been one of our previous 46 Bim Ritter or Roadshow Trivia Challenge question winners, congratulations. Likewise, if you've been a Springhouse Trivia question winner during our home broadcast, that's great. If you've won either of those trivia promotional vignettes, please don't email us with the answer tonight. That'll give the scores of other Kernel fans their fair shake at a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. An 0-1 pitch is a borderline call, a strike at the knees. To Jason Ramos, 0-2. Madrigal at second, Sutton at first. The Kernels are trying to deliver what could be a knockout blow to 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom. Ooh, a changeup just missed low for a ball. After you've logged on to our website at www.kernels.com, click on the link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge. It's that simple. Click on it and email us your name, address, and phone number, and then Mike Maz will deliver the Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Ball 2 is low to Ramos. Here we go.
The only player in San Diego Padre history to win the National League Most Valuable Player Award is deceased. And name him. I'll read it again. The only player in San Diego Padre history to win the National League Most Valuable Player Award is now deceased. Can you name him?
There you go. Email us the answer to that question. A high pop foul chased by Brett Dowdy down the left field line, and it hits the railing. It hits the railing in front of the bleachers, and what a great hustling effort by Brett Dowdy to even get close to it.
You know, Brett's the fastest Wizard on this ball club, and he missed 23 games with a compound fracture of his right thumb suffered in a game, ironically, the night before the Wizards clinched a first-half playoff spot against Lansing on a ball that he and I to this day still swears hit him in the helmet first, was actually eventually ruled a foul ball, and Brett ended up missing 23 games because of it.
2-2 to Jason Ramos. Switch hitter batting left, and he just gets a piece of it and nicks it foul to remain even on the count, 2-2. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and the Kernels are ahead 6-2. They played long ball tonight against the league's leading winner, Mike Ekstrom. 3 home runs by the Kernels. Now we're looking for a base hit from Jason Ramos. Long look by the right-hander, and a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Big strikeout. Michael Ekstrom with his first strikeout of the night. And now with 2 gone, Tim Duff, who walked with 2 out in the 5th inning, and was aboard on Sean Rodriguez's 3-run home run. He'll try to help the Kernels extend this lead. We had runners at first and second moments ago with nobody out. Now they're at first and second with 2 out. Tim Duff looking to reach base for the 3rd time tonight. Ball 1, a fastball, low. Again, our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge procedure is simple. Log on to our website at www.kernels.com. Then click on the link on the homepage that says Roadshow Trivia. A high fly ball into shallow right. Josh Alley comes together with the center fielder, and it's your Donnie Ramirez that makes the catch in right center. Well, good news, bad news in the Kernel 6th inning. A leadoff homer by Toussaint, the 3rd Kernel homer of the game, to make it 6-2 Kernels. The Kernels then were unable to step on the throat of Mike Ekstrom and knock him out. The next 2 Kernel hitters had singles, but then Ekstrom got the next 3 to keep the Wizards in the game. 1 run on the Toussaint home run is 16th of the year. 3 hits for the Kernels in the 6th inning. There were no Wizard errors. The Kernels strand 2 and have left 3. After 5.5, it's in Fort Wayne. It's now the Kernels 6, the Wizards 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I think it's time to move on. I mean, you're just so unreliable and boring. Face it, you're a fair weather friend, and I found someone else, someone I can always count on. I'm really in love this time, so goodbye, Dish.
Breaking up is easy to do when you switch to Mediacom. Call today for a great deal. Family cable with digital 2-star, including Showtime On Demand and Stars On Demand for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. Plus, get Mediacom online high-speed internet for just $39.95 a month for 12 months. You'll love everything you get from Mediacom, especially Showtime, with new hit movies every month. And with Showtime On Demand, you can choose from over 100 movies anytime for free. Call 866-566-CABLE to subscribe. Call right now and you can get great Xbox extras, including a free game, free Xbox starter kit, and a 12-month subscription to Xbox Live Service. 866-566-CABLE. Call today. Must subscribe to both services. Offer for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
Established in 1916, the Vinton Country Club Golf Course, set among the rolling hills of the Cedar River, has been called the course with personality. Everything's cool at Vinton. A friendly staff ensures hospitality, and well-maintained fairways and greens keep Vinton Country Club immaculate and challenging. No tee times are required, and their roomy clubhouse is equipped with an affordable banquet room. Put some personality in your game. Play your next round at the Vinton Country Club, 314 North 9th Avenue, Vinton.
Sean Kazmar, the number 6 hitter in the Wizard order, who is flown to right and lined to left, leads off in the bottom of the 6th, and Jelena pumps in a strike, a fastball. Now a Yellowhammer is outside. It's 1-1 to the right-handed batter. 6-2 Kernels were in the bottom of the 6th inning here in Fort Wayne, the series opener of a 4-game set. Strike 2 on the outside corner from the Kernel easy-throwing right-hander, Carl Jelena. We'll give you that Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question one more time here in the Wizard 6th. A roller up the third base line, and it stays fair, then rolls foul. Tim Duff and Jelena pounced on it. A third of the way up the third base line. Mike Maas for the first 30 feet up the line. It was rolling on the chalk.
Unfortunately, it made a left-hand turn. If you're a Wizard fan, if you're a Kernel fan, you're jumping for joy because denies Sean Kazmar an infield hit.
And to Kazmar's credit, he didn't try to stand at home plate.
John, I can also tell you that Phil Polanco has come into the Wizards dugout, and I will bet the house he's going to pitch in the top half of the 7th.
Here's a tap to shallow short, charged by Rodriguez. You can never go wrong when you charge one. Sean does and gets his man, Sean Kazmar. 1 out here in the Fort Wayne 6th inning. Mike, I didn't mean to disregard what you just shared with our listeners. Did you say you think Mike Ekstrom is done?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Mike, one more time, let's give our fans a chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. They've logged on to our website at www.kernels.com. Then they've clicked on the link that says Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. They've emailed us their name, address, and phone number. And the last bit is the Roadshow Trivia Challenge question itself. A 1-0 pitch is laced foul down the left field line by left-handed hitting Josh Alley, 1-1.
Again, the only player in San Diego Padre history to win the National League Most Valuable Player Award is now deceased. Can you name him?
We'd like to know. Here's a drive into the left center field gap. Toussaint's on the run! And he collides with LeBlanc. I don't know if either of them caught it.
One of them did. I think it's the left fielder.
Drew Toussaint made a spectacular catch in left center field, then crossed paths like two jet airliners in midair. Almost a horrific collision. Toussaint, with his sixth catch of the night, robbed Josh Alley of a double, if not a triple, here in the sixth inning. That was some play by the Colonel hustling left fielder, Drew Toussaint. And I don't know, here's a high pop-up, and Tim Duff is coming back towards the stands. The Colonel catcher runs out of room. I'm not sure, Mike Maz, if LeBlanc missed hitting Toussaint, if they barely clipped each other, or if it was a full-scale collision. I just couldn't tell from here.
I'm going to say it was a glancing blow, and of course we can find out after the game, but you're right, it was nearly something a lot worse.
Now a let-up is in the dirt for ball one, 1-1 to Baudilio Figueroa. 2 away here in the bottom of the sixth inning, 6-2 Kernels. And a curve, it was a hanging curve. Baudilio Figueroa jumped all over it, but fortunately for us, he ripped it foul down the left field line.
John, I'd like to let your listeners know of something that we are trying to put together for this series, if we can pull it off.
So 1-2. Well, I don't know
where did that miss?
Ball 2.
What we are trying to do is to make arrangements between our two stations that carry the Kernels and the Wizards to do a simulcast broadcast while you're in town.
Boy, that would be something. Here's a smash past the diving Jason Ramos at third, and a kick by Toussaint. The runner goes to second safely. Well, we just sang the praises of Drew Toussaint, but he commits an error. Baudilio Figueroa goes to second on the fourth error of the season by Drew Toussaint. Drew looked up, and credit Figueroa. A lot of guys will round the bag at first and do an obligatory big turn for show, but Figueroa kept his eye on Toussaint, and when Drew muffed it, Figueroa took the extra base, and that's a big play in this game because the Wizards now have an RBI chance with their hottest hitter at the plate in this game, 2 for 2, Yordani Ramirez, the number 9 batter. A single and an error by the Colonel left fielder. Here's a high pop-up on the infield. Sutton broke back. Now Nate comes in, and it's Sean Rodriguez cutting in front of the second baseman to glove it and end the inning. Yordani Ramirez, first pitch swinging, is popped out to the second base position, but Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop, came to the rescue of Sutton to make the catch. Well, Mike Maz, what night do you think the simulcast could unfold?
It's either going to be tomorrow night or Wednesday night. Well, we'll have to keep our listeners informed, John. We're hoping originally for tomorrow night, but we may have to wait till Wednesday, but we're going to make every effort to have a joint simulcast broadcast where you and I can have fun for a full 9 innings together, and I look forward if we can put it together.
Well, Mike, your official score does a great job. I've just got to turn the volume down slightly.
Yeah.
Mike, as always, we end on a positive note.
John, thanks for letting me come in for 3 innings. Now I get to go back to work for Fort Wayne, but again, we'll keep our listeners informed either Tuesday or Wednesday night. We hope to have a joint broadcast together that'll go out to both the Fort Wayne and Cedar Rapids areas.
Would that be fun? Mike Maz, the voice of the Wizards, thank you so much. A lot of commotion as they gave the final line on Mike Ekstrom. All right, in the bottom of the sixth, no runs for the Wizards. 1 hit, 1 Kernel error. Jelena pitched around it. The Wizards leave a runner. They've stranded 6. We go to the 7th inning. In Fort Wayne, the Kernels lead the Wizards 6-2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's. Better call Papa.
The answer is 9 holes for $9.
9 holes for $9.
And the question is, why is the Zone's 9 for 9 golf tour better than a stag party?
9 holes for $9. Any weekday, play 9 holes at the Hillcrest Country Club in Mount Vernon, the Vinton Country Club, Wapsipinicon Country Club in Anamosa, and Wildcat Golf Course in Shellsburg for just $9 when you join the Zone's 9 for $9 golf tour. Play around and be sure to register for a Hot 6 custom club fitting from the golf headquarters, Nevada Bob's. One lucky winner will be selected from each course. The Zone's 9 for $9 deal. Tee it up at Hillcrest Country Club in Mount Vernon, Vinton Country Club, Wapsipinicon Country Club in Anamosa, and Wildcat Golf Course in Shellsburg. 9 holes every weekday for just $9. Card not included, and you'll need to check with courses in advance for availability. Another unbelievable offer from your friends at
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
We go to the 7th with the Kernels belting 3 home runs, overtaking a Fort Wayne early 2-0 lead. The Kernels lead 6-2, and Phil Polanco, a 5'10" right-hander, on in relief of 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom, and he's even on the count 2-2 to Josh LeBlanc. Top of the 7th inning, we've been out hit. No, check that. The hits are even at 8 apiece. 6-2 Kernels. Josh LeBlanc, top of the order for the Kernels. LeBlanc singled and was aboard on the telling blow so far in this game, a 3-run homer by Sean Rodriguez in the 5th inning that snapped a 2-2 tie. Ball 3 is high to Josh LeBlanc, left-handed batter, 1 for 3 tonight. And a high pop foul slicing off the end of Josh's bat into the third base stands. 6-2 Kernels. Phil Polanco out of Cal State Northridge is only 5'10". He's won 1 and lost 2. This is his 12th appearance out of the Wizard bullpen, an ERA of over 10. And a strike called on a delayed call by plate umpire Randy Gagline. Phil Polanco strikes out Josh LeBlanc looking to start the Colonel 7th. Final line on the starter, Mike Ekstrom. He will not win his league-high 13th game of the year here tonight. He went 6 innings, gave the Colonels 6 runs, all earned on 8 hits, struck out 1, walked 1. Sean Rodriguez, a 3-run homer his last time up. Takes a changeup in for a strike. Phil Polanco out of Cal State Northridge has pitched 14 innings, allowed 22 hits in 14 innings, struck out 12 batters in 14 innings, walked 10. And a fastball is inside, 1-1 to Rodriguez. The league is hitting .386 against right-hander Phil Polanco. The Colonels beat him earlier this month at home on July 6th. Ball 2 is high to Sean. Polanco went 2 innings against the Colonels on Wednesday, July 6th, allowed a run on 2 hits, struck out 4 and walked 1. Outfield plays Rodriguez to hit the other way. And that's what Sean does as he pops it foul into the first base stands. 1 out, nobody on. Colonels batting and leading in the top of the 7th inning, 6-2. Our record on the road in the second half, 3 wins, 8 losses. Overall on the road, we're 17-29 on the year. Ooh, a changeup on the inside corner, strike 3. Rodriguez barks at Randy Gagline, the plate umpire. The first 2 Colonel hitters have been called out looking to open up the 7th inning. Michael Collins now bats with 2 out, nobody on. Michael has grounded out 3 times tonight, once to short, once to third, and once to second. He was robbed of a base hit his last time up by Sean Kazmar, the second baseman, who had to go behind second. Dove to his right, popped to his feet, and threw out Michael. Strike 1 at the knees. Collins steps out of the batter's box. 5,423 here tonight at Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne. A smash foul past third between Bobby Magianis and the left field line, and it's 0-2 to Collins. Nick Green is warming up down the left field line for the Colonels. Nick Green, a right-hander. Carl Jelena gave up single runs in the first and second, but since then has spun 4 shutout innings at Fort Wayne. Polanco trying to fan the side. A deep drive hooking foul down the left field line. Long drive by Michael Collins. It was foul by about 10 feet. Home run distance, but foul. Over the Colonel bullpenners down that left field line. It's cooled off a little bit here. Still awfully muggy and humid. 88 degrees. Our in-studio engineer back in the zone is Sean, and we'll be checking in with Sean momentarily to get scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Home runs tonight by Madrigal, a 2-run blast. Rodriguez, a 3-run shot, and Drew Toussaint, a solo shot, his 16th of the year. Collins spoils a 1-2 changeup and dribbles it foul to the right of home plate. 1-2 to Michael. We'll be back at home Friday. Principal Financial Family Fun Day, starting at 4 in the afternoon on the parking lot. Interactive games, fun activities, free on the parking lot of Veterans Memorial Stadium, sponsored by Principal Financial. And then after the game Friday night, they'll bring in their own special screen for a showing of Shrek 2. Ball 3 is low to Michael Collins. And it's a full count to the Colonel cleanup, our third hitter and first baseman Collins. Polanco's payoff pitch. Ripped fair, past third, down the left field line, into the corner. Over to get it, Chris Colcourse. Michael Collins is racing to second and stops there with a 2-out double. The 9th Colonel hit of the night. Michael Collins was in the hole 0-2, ran the count full, and then hammered a double past third into the left field corner. I had the pleasure of meeting Michael's grandmother, his folks, his sister Megan, who is an assistant librarian in Canberra, Australia, and they're listening. It's probably about 11 o'clock in the morning in Australia right now. And the Collins clan is happy that Michael has doubled with 2 outs. Strike 1 to Drew Toussaint, who launched his team-high 16th home run of the year over the right field wall, the right center field wall, that is. A mammoth blast by Drew Toussaint. The 0-1. Drew tried to hold up, went around, and it's strike 2. Toussaint singled and was aboard on Warner Madrigal's game-tying homer in the 4th. And then he led off the 6th inning with that opposite field clout to make it 6-2. That's the score right now here in the top of the 7th inning. Curve and a swing and a miss. Polanco strikes out the side. You'd never know he had an ERA of over 10. In the 7th, no runs for the Colonels. A 2-out double by Collins, our 9th hit of the game. There were no wizard errors. The Colonels leave a runner, and that's our 4th man stranded tonight. This crowd of over 5,400 on its feet for the 7th inning stretch. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, the Colonels lead Fort Wayne 6-2. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
1-hour photo, speed dating, DSL for your computer. Everyone's in a hurry these days. Your professional Pekin insurance agent, Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper and Marion, doesn't hurry when it comes to helping you with your insurance needs. Scott will gladly sit down with you and outline a solid insurance program just right for you and your budget. Out-of-home, business, life, and health. Scott Draper, your hometown Pekin insurance professional in Marion, will give you the responsive, personal, unhurried service you deserve.
And it is done. We attack at lunch.
No, they will expect that. We attack at dinner too.
Excellent. They will never expect a second wave of warriors.
We must prepare.
They will be waiting.
With fresh meat and vegetables on a large table.
And we will be swift in our actions.
Choosing only the finest of their offerings.
Piling them high in a bowl.
Then cooking them fast on a sizzling grill.
And then we eat.
Gaze upon your fresh meats and vegetables for the final time.
The attack will be successful, and we will be satisfied.
The plan is done.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, Valerie. Yeah, we're just getting ready for lunch at Genghis Grill. You want to go?
Yes, to Gang's Grill. Probably no to you two.
Okay. She is a spy.
And not nearly as hot as she thinks she is.
There's food attack.
Genghis Grill, where Edgewood Road meets Williams Boulevard in Cedar Rapids, next to Gander Mountain.
As we start the bottom of the 7th in Fort Wayne, the Kernels leading the Wizards 6-2. A U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Kernel bullpen has Nick Green coming on for Carl Jelena. Carl Jelena with a very, very impressive outing tonight. He went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs on 8 hits, struck out none, walked 2. Jelena is in position to try to win his 7th game of the year. He'll need help from the Kernel bullpen. Nick Green coming off a sensational outing in a Kernel 6-4 loss Thursday night at home against Beloit. And Nick fires a strike in on the outside corner to Chris Colcourse, top of the order for the Wizards here in the bottom of the 7th. And ball 1 is a changeup in the dirt to Colcourse, who is 1 for 3. A fastball, and it's driven in the air to center. Josh LeBlanc fading back, and Josh makes the grab in center field. Chris Colcourse opens up the 7th by flying out to center. In his previous outing Thursday at home against Beloit, Nick Green, in relief of starter Ronnie Ray, pitched 3 scoreless innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 1, walked none. Nick Green is 0-2 on the year, making his 18th appearance out of the Kernel bullpen, a 4.13 ERA. Nick has a couple of saves. Brett Dowdy punches the first pitch foul into the first base seat, strike 1. Dowdy singled and scored in the first inning. Since then, he's flown to left and popped to second. Nick Green has pitched 52 1/3 innings, allowed 55 hits in 52 1/3, struck out 33, walked 10. He misses outside. 1-1 to Brett Dowdy. Again, we will have scores coming up on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Here's a 1-1 pitch roped foul into the Wizard bullpen where a reserve catcher makes the catch. Our Did You Know question will also come your way in the latter stages of tonight's contest. 6-2 Kernels, 1 out, nobody on for the Wizards, and Dowdy protecting himself drills one into the Wizard first base dugout, and those dugouts, unlike ours at Veterans Memorial Stadium, are not protected by a railing, so you better be alert. Nick Green still ahead, 1-2. The right-hander's pitch is bounced to third. Jason Ramos has it, and his tag is golden. 2 gone here in the Fort Wayne 7th inning as Brett Dowdy bounces to third. The Kernels are trying to whip the Wizards for the 5th time in 5 games. I want to extend on behalf of the Kernels a heartfelt thanks to all you Kernel fans for making this such a fabulous spring and summer so far. Here's a line drive that'll carry out to the center fielder LeBlanc. Matt Thayer hit it right on the button, but lines to center. And the Wizards are retired, the top 3 in the order, by reliever Nick Green, in order in the bottom of the 7th inning. It has been a fabulous spring and summer so far at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and on behalf of the Kernels, we are just so pleased and ecstatic about the support you fans have given us. Thank you very, very much. After 7 in Fort Wayne, with a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard just ahead, Kernel 6, Wizards 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take the family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town?
That's freaking unbelievable.
Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Play your next round of golf at Hillcrest Country Club in Mount Vernon. Just 15 minutes east of Cedar Rapids on Highway 30, this picturesque 9-hole course features scenic hills, ponds, and creeks. Hillcrest Country Club is on the Zone's 9 Holes for $9 tour, and Monday through Friday, mention the Zone, and you can play 18 holes for $18 with cart included. Be sure to check ahead for course availability. Enjoy the relaxed atmosphere of Hillcrest Country Club, 203 Country Club Drive in Mount Vernon.
Through 7, 3 Kernel home runs and a 6-2 Kernel lead. Phil Polanco struck out the side and pitched around a 2-out double by Michael Collins in the Kernel 7th. Warner Madrigal leads off. He's 2 for 3, and he takes high ball 1 from Polanco. Our second look this evening from Fort Wayne at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. And it's provided to you by State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat. Madrigal is jammed, and he fists it to third. And a close play at first, but Brett Dowdy, the third baseman, throws out Warner Madrigal, 1 out here in the Kernel 8th inning, 6-2 Kernels. Let's start in the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard at Camden Yards. Texas in the top of the 8th leads the Orioles 3-2. The Red Sox playing at Tropicana Field, and in the bottom of the 8th, Boston and Tampa Bay tied 3-3. The White Sox are shelling the Royals 8-3, top of the 5th inning at Kauffman Stadium. Later tonight, Cleveland and Oakland and Seattle hosting the Tigers. Ball 1 is low to Nate Sutton, who bunted his way on his last time up. Look out, the next pitch starts inside and low, almost hit Nate, ball 2. In the National League, the Giants lead the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th at Wrigley 2-1. Houston is mauling the Phillies 7-1. In the bottom of the 6th at Minute Maid Park. Houston is hot. The 2-0 pitch is lofted foul into the third base seats by Sutton, strike 1. State Farm Major League scoreboard at Miller Park. The Brewers and Diamondbacks tied at 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Mets and Rockies delayed by rain at Coors Field, and Cincinnati and the Dodgers later tonight. Strike 2 on the outside corner to Nate Sutton. Top of the 8th inning. 6-2 Kernels here at Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne. Swing and a miss by Sutton on a changeup. And that's the 4th strikeout of a Kernel batter by right-hander Phil Polanco, who has an ERA of over 10. Jordan Renz has been held in check so far tonight. Jordan's hitting .191, 6 home runs, 35 driven in. Let's see if Jordan can get something started here in the 8th with nobody on and 2 out. He checks up his swing and dribbles it foul to the right of home plate, strike 1. Our Did You Know question comes your way now. Did you know that the Padres had their bags packed and they were ready to move in January of 1974? They were going to move to Washington, D.C., until McDonald's founder Ray Kroc intervened and bought the ball club and kept it in San Diego. Yes, I do remember that. It's our Did You Know question. Ball 1 to Renz, a breaking pitch low. In fact, the Topps Baseball Card Manufacturing Company put out a set of cards that said Nationals on them. That's ironic. 31 years before Montreal moved to Washington, D.C., the Padres were going to move there, and the Topps Baseball Card Company printed a set of Padre cards that said Nationals. Jordan Renz belts one into right center, but it'll be caught by Yordani Ramirez, who slips over there to his left and hauls it in. Renz hit it on the nose, but flies out to center. The Kernels go quickly and softly in order in the top of the 8th inning. That is only the second time tonight that Fort Wayne pitching has set the Kernels down in order. Nick Green back to the hill for the Kernels as we go to the home half of the 8th inning in Fort Wayne. Kernels 6, Wizards 2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Ever wondered who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
You've heard it's all about the O. Well, what does that mean? It means you have one place to go for a luxurious lifestyle. Overstock.com offers the web's best deals on designer fashions, books, music, sporting goods, bedding, assisted living products, all up to 70% off, plus affordable vacation packages and an auction department with hard-to-find one-of-a-kind items. Live operators 24/7, and it's $2.95 shipping on every order. Simple, safe, and easy. Overstock.com.
Basting the first pitch up the middle behind second, where Nate Sutton stabs it and throws Matt Lauderdale, and Lauderdale is thrown out. Matt Lauderdale, making a bid for his 3rd hit of the night, smashed it past the mound and pitcher Nick Green, and Nate Sutton had to move quickly to his right. Nate stabbed it and threw on to get Lauderdale. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the Wizard 8th inning, 6-2 Kernels. Now Nick Green, who has set down the first 4 batters he's faced in relief of starter Carl Jelena, misses outside, ball 1 to left-handed hitting Mike Baxter. Green, working quickly, pours in a fastball at the belt for a strike. Nick Green is humming along here. A ground ball to short, backhanded by Rodriguez. Long throw just in time. Sean had to backhand that slow roller to deep short, had just a tad of trouble getting it out of his glove, but fired on to first, and that is 5 in a row set down by Nick Green. Nick Green is set down 5 in a row. Here's a high pop foul, back and out of play by Sean Kazmar. The Wizards scored single runs in the first and second against starter Carl Jelena. A 2-out, 2-run homer by Madrigal tied the game in the 4th. Here's a ground ball to third, cut off by Ramos, and Jason's throw gets Sean Kazmar. Nick Green makes it 6 in a row in relief of Carl Jelena as he jammed Sean Kazmar and got him to ground out to third. Ramos had to go way to his left to scoop it up and throw the batter out. 1-2-3, nothing across for the Wizards in their half of the 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th at Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne, opener of a 4-game series, and it's the Kernels 6, the Wizards 2. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Summer is a perfect time to enjoy fresh, colorful flowers and blooming plants. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center has the finest quality flowers and plants for both indoors and out. Plus, as always, all the expert advice you need to make your plants grow their best. Whether it's a single fresh flower or an entire wedding, a single household plant or a yard of landscaping, Peck's does it all. Family owned and serving Eastern Iowa since 1956. We've been proud supporters of Kernels baseball for over 10 years. Peck's offers you the best plants and flowers available. Peck's is also your professional FTD and teleflorist florist with a certified garden, nursery, and landscaping center. Peck's is your year-round growing center and flower headquarters. Stop in for Peck's fresh flower feature, fresh-cut short-stem roses, just $9.95 a dozen, cash and carry. Peck's Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery, and Landscaping at the corner of Blairs Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast.
Wapsipennican State Park provides a majestic setting for the Wapsipennican Country Club Golf Course. Short but tricky, this par 33 9-hole course requires accuracy off the tees, while small but responsive greens allow for challenging second shots. A tee time is not required, but call 319-462-3930 for course availability. Golf outings are welcome, and there's a spacious banquet facility. Take the Wapsipennican Challenge. Call the Wapsipennican Country Club in Anamosa at 319-462-3930 and see if your short game is up to par.
We go to the top of the ninth. 6'2" Kernels. Javi Garcia, Geivy is his first name. Garcia comes on to pitch to the Kernels in the top of the ninth inning. It'll be Jason Ramos, Tim Duff, and the top of the order, Josh LeBlanc. Javi Garcia, the second hurler out of the Wizard bullpen in relief of 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom. Phil Polanco pitched well. The right-hander in 2 innings blanked the Kernels on 1 hit, fanned 4, and walked none. Javi Garcia, 2-2 on the year, pitching out of the Wizard bullpen for the 26th time, a 4.72 ERA, no saves. He pitched against us in a Kernel win at home on July 4th, an inning in the third, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out none, walked none, and ball 1 is high to the switch-hitting Kernel third baseman, Jason Ramos, who's nothing for 3 so far tonight. The 1-0. Fastball inside, and it's 2-0. Garcia has pitched 34 1/3 innings, the right-hander yielding 36 hits in 34 1/3, has struck out 22 in 34 1/3, walked 17, league hitting .263 against Javi Garcia. Ball 3, juts inside to Jason Ramos. This Saturday night, U.S. Cellular presents fireworks following the 7 o'clock game at home, Kernels and Dayton Dragons. There's a strike as Ramos was taking all the way. Jason in 25 games is batting .173, 1 home run, 6 runs driven in. The most effervescent, upbeat kid in the Kernel clubhouse, Jason Ramos. Takes high, ball 4. A leadoff pass issued by Javi Garcia, and Ramos may be bunted down to second by Tim Duff. When you own a 4-run lead, you always try to extend it to 5. That way, if the opposition loads the bases and hits a grand slam, you still have a 1-run lead. So that's why Bobby Magallanes will likely have Tim Duff try to lay down a sacrifice bunt. No sign of a bunt. Ball 1 low to Tim Duff. Tim's had a good night. He has singled, walked and scored, and flown to right. 6-2 Kernels, top of the 9th inning. A strike on the inside corner, and Matt Lauderdale, the Wizard catcher, whips the throw down to first. Back safely is Jason Ramos. Duff, a right-handed batter, with a wide stance, bats from a low crouch. Ball 2 is downstairs. Tim's from the University of Tampa. I asked him if he ever heard of a quarterback named Freddie Solomon. He said, John, is that the guy that wound up playing wide receiver for the 49ers during their early successful years with Bill Walsh? I said, yes, he is. Freddie Solomon went to the University of Tampa. Duff whistles the next pitch foul up into the backstop. It's 2-2 on Tim. I remember Freddie Solomon as a quarterback at the University of Tampa. And he was a very good receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. A fellow that didn't work out for the 49ers was a world-class hurdler, Ronaldo Nehemiah. Ronaldo Nehemiah tried to play NFL football with San Francisco as a receiver. A tap to third. The only play for Brett Dowdy will be to throw the batter out, and Dowdy does. On to second goes Jason Ramos. Brett Dowdy, the third baseman, had to come in front of the bag and made the play on Tim Duff's chopper. And now a base hit by LeBlanc or Rodriguez would give the Kernels that coveted 5-run lead I just spoke of. Hello to Bill Quimby. Bill is probably settled into his covers now with the air conditioning on. He's got a beautiful condominium that overlooks Cedar Rapids. Bill Quinby stopped by yesterday before the broadcast to say hello to Bob Brooks and I. Maybe it was Saturday night. I think it was. LeBlanc takes a big cut and misses. Bill Quinby had on a shirt I was very envious of, a white T-shirt with the NFL logo on the front. Very plain and understated, but boy, that NFL brand really shined on Bill's T-shirt. Bill listens every night, and around 9 o'clock puts his head down on the pillow, and it's a compliment that he tells us we put him to sleep. That means our broadcasts have a soothing effect. Swing and a foul by LeBlanc right below our booth. 1-2 to the Kernel leadoff batter. Kernels lead 6-2. We're in the top of the ninth inning. This game is only 2 hours and 14 minutes old. We're already in the top of the ninth in Fort Wayne. Ramos leads off second. Javi Garcia, the right-hander, steps off the rubber as the shortstop Figueroa snuck in behind Ramos at second. Boy, has Nick Green been dynamite out of the Kernel bullpen. 2 perfect innings so far in relief of starter Carl Jelena. Ball 2 is upstairs to Josh LeBlanc. We told you earlier on our Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report that neither Alexi Casilla nor All-Star Freddie Sandoval are in the lineup tonight. Physicians Clinic of Iowa. Quality health care close to home in Cedar Rapids. Dr. David Terse is one of the 50 board-certified physicians in 11 specialties at Physicians Clinic of Iowa. Alexi Casilla has an 11-game hitting streak, missing his second straight Kernel game. A changeup and a swing and a miss by LeBlanc. 2 gone here in the Kernel ninth inning. The batter, Sean Rodriguez. 3-run homer, his 6th of the year, into the net, what they call the tater sack here at Memorial Stadium. That was in the 5th inning, and it broke a 2-2 tie. Sean, a right-handed batter, with a runner in scoring position, takes a Javi Garcia curveball high for ball 1. Most of the 5,423 are still here to see if their Wizards can rally in the bottom of the ninth. The Kernels would sure love to pick up that insurance run at second base. Ball 2 is a fastball above the letters, and it's 2-0 to Sean. He pounds the back of the plate. Rodriguez with a wide stance, trying to measure this Dominican right-hander, Javi Garcia. Strike 1 on the outside corner at the knees. Before the Padres came here, the Minnesota Twins had their farm team here in Fort Wayne, and they produced, among others, Matt Lawton, A.J. Pierzynski, Michael Kadire, Luis Rivas, LaTroy Hawkins. Michael Restovich was a Quad City River Bandit. But Sean Burroughs played here, had a long hitting streak here a few seasons ago. Burroughs is the everyday third baseman of San Diego. The only thing they're waiting for him to develop is power, and I'm not sure he ever will. A ground ball on 2 hops to second. Down on one knee is Kazmar, and on to first for the out. Sean Rodriguez is grounded to second. The Kernels are unable to assume a 5-run lead as they leave Ramos stranded at second. He was there in scoring position with 1 out. No runs in the ninth for the Kernels. No hits, a walk. There were no Wizard errors. The Kernels leave a runner aboard and have stranded 5. We go to the bottom of the ninth in Fort Wayne. Kernels up on the Wizards, 6-2, and this is Kernel baseball in the zone.
To make your landscaping dreams become a reality, see the experts at Keen's Material. Retaining walls, custom patios, walkways, and steps, Keen's Material has all the hardscape elements needed to complete your landscaping project. Need ideas? Visit Keen's Outdoor Display Area on 12th Avenue Southwest to see over 100 products showcased. Let your property reach its full potential with help from the experts at Keen's Material. Visit Keen's in Cedar Rapids, Coralville, and Eldridge, or on the web at keensmaterial.com.
I live for you, I feed your cats, I fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, things get bad. I'll shave my soul back before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm putting the best, I'm waiting your hand. I'm giving you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, Rich taste, oh yeah. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'm shocked with you, always be true. I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine, one taste and you get it. So rich. This Dr. Pepper is mine, so refreshing taste, drinking by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine, delicious. It isn't even a word.
Nick Green is going to start the ninth inning and try to save it for Carl Jelena. Josh Alley, a left-handed batter, stands in, and Nick gets ahead with a strike called. On the outside corner, Josh Alley is 0-for-2 with a walk, and the count even now 1-1 as Nick Green has set down all 6 batters he's faced so far in relief of Jelena. Alley pops one foul just to our left, and it's 1-2 to the left-handed batter out of the University of Tennessee. Two-run homer by Madrigal in the fourth tied the game. A 3-run blast by Rodriguez in the fifth put the Kernels up 5-2. A leadoff solo homer by Toussaint, his team-high 16th of the year, made it 6-2 Kernels in the sixth inning. It's 6-2 Kernels in the bottom of the ninth. A let-up is low, and it's 2-2 to the left-handed batter, Josh Alley. Playing in his ninth game as a Wizard. A grounder past first, a fair ball. It'll be a double before Warner Madrigal can get to it. It dies in the grass for a leadoff double. Josh Alley has started the Wizard ninth with a ground ball double past first base. Didn't hit it very hard, but got it by the first baseman Michael Collins, who's playing way off the line. Mitch Arnold is warming up in the Colonel left field bullpen. A 2-2 pitch, and the first base runner against Nick Green reaches on a ground ball double. And I mean, it died down the right field line. Madrigal had to pick it up with his bare hand as it came to a complete stop. Baudilio Figueroa, 1-for-3. Looks at a strike on the outside corner, a fastball. This is still a save opportunity for Nick Green, who has pitched very well. I'd rather have him give up a leadoff double or a leadoff home run for that matter than walk a guy. Ball one outside. Mitch Arnold, 6'8" Colonel right-hander, is warming up in the Colonel left field bullpen. 6-2 Kernels, bottom of the ninth inning. And ball 2 is low. Figueroa, a .228 hitter, smacks it foul, and the count even 2-2. Baudilio is one of the most unusual first names we've heard this season. Baudilio. Baudilio Figueroa. Slightly closed stance, meaning the toes of his front foot are in front of the toes of his back foot. And a 2-2 pitch is looped foul over the backstop. Tomorrow night, a 6:40 South Slope Communications triple play showtime. Same with Wednesday evening. We play at noon on Thursday. Wonder if things will cool off a little bit across the Midwest. Green's 2-2. Grounded to third. Diving stop by Ramos. Pops to his feet. Throws it away. Everybody's safe. Runner goes to third. Another runner to second. And the Wizards have runners at second and third with nobody out. Second error of the night committed by the Kernels. It's an infield single for Figueroa. And a throwing error by Jason Ramos allows Josh Alley to go from second to third, and the batter, Baudilio Figueroa, is at second base. I'll be darned. Here comes Bobby Magallanes, and that does it for Nick Green. Nick Green goes 2+ innings. So far, no runs on 2 hits. The first 2 batters reached against him here in the ninth. Nick struck out none. He walked none. And a U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Colonel bullpen brings on Mitch Arnold in this 6-2 game in the bottom of the ninth inning. Colonel's lead. A U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Colonel bullpen. Mitch Arnold earned a save in the only Colonel win in 4 games against Beloit this past weekend. Arnold saved the Colonel 6-5 win on Friday night, pitched a scoreless inning. A U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Colonel bullpen has Mitch Arnold coming on. Jason Ramos made a very good play to his left, diving on what was ruled an infield single by Figueroa. A good throw to Michael Collins would have had the batter, Figueroa. Jason Ramos is not blessed with the strongest throwing arm. That's why he's more suited to second base, but he's playing third in place of Freddie Sandoval tonight. Right-hander Mitch Arnold, at 23 years old, from the state of Wyoming, takes over on the hill. 6-2 Kernels, nobody out, runners at second and third for the Wizards. Mitch is 0-2 this year with 4 saves. Arnold has pitched in 11 games. That's it. Remember, he had to leave the ball club in mid-April due to a bad right elbow. Mitch has only pitched 11 innings this season, giving up 12 hits, striking out 11, walking 8 in the league, hitting .273 against Mitch Arnold. Fort Wayne has now out-hit the Kernels 10-9. The Kernels have made 2 errors, the Wizards none. Plenty of time remaining this season for you to dial up Jessica Ferguson, our Director of Suites. Enjoy the suite life. Treat your clients, customers, employees, friends, family to the time of their life in the private luxury comfort of a Colonel suite. For just $500, they hold 20 people. That's only $25 a person, and the surroundings are absolutely sensational. You can contact Jessica to reserve a Colonel suite by calling her at 896-75 or 7608. 896-7608. 896-7608. Ball 1 to Ramirez. Ball 2 is low. Giordani, the number 9 hitter, is homered. Reached on an infield single, stolen a base, and popped to short. Ball 3 outside. Alley at second, Alley at third, Figueroa at second. Bottom of the ninth inning, 6-2 Kernels. The 3-0 pitch, ball 4. Nobody out. Fort Wayne has loaded the bases here in the ninth inning. And the top of the order, Chris Colcourt. 1 for 4, a .282 hitter. Fort Wayne is mounting a serious threat They're trying to rally here in the ninth. They scored one in the first, one in the second. They have not scored since. 6-2 Kernels, but big, big trouble here at Memorial Stadium. Bases loaded, nobody out. Colcourse takes high and away a ball, a throw to second, and the runner gets back. So far, Mitch Arnold has not been near the plate with any of his first 5 pitches. And nobody warming up in the Colonel bullpen. Colonel infield at double play depth, except Jason Ramos. He's playing even with the bag at third. Strike one called. 1-1 to the left-handed batter. Chris Colcourse, Kolkhorst. Left-handed hitter, 1 home run, 25 runs driven in. Look out, he lines a bullet foul into the third base stands. Fortunately, everybody's okay. Now Mitch Arnold's ahead of the batter, 1-2. Security forces, first aid personnel arriving to make sure everybody's all right in the left or third base stands. Colcourse steps out. Mitch Arnold comes set. The pitch is drilled foul down the left field line. Nick Green in relief for the starter. Carl Jelena set down 6 straight before Josh Alley started this 9th inning on a 2-2 pitch, grounding a double past Collins. Baudilio Figueroa, the number 8 hitter, grounded an infield single to the left side. A throwing error moved runners to second and third. Now Colcourse chops one to third. Ramos will tag a runner going from second to third, 1 out. A run scores. Jason Ramos, atoning for his throwing error moments ago, has tagged out Baudilio Figueroa, who was forced to go from second to third on that chopper. Chris Colcourse is at first. He drives in a run to make it 6-3 Kernels. Your Donnie Ramirez, who was walked by Arnold, goes from first to second. Josh Alley scores. That run is charged to Nick Green. First and second, 1 out, and the batter is Brett Dowdy. Ball 1, low and in. It's 6-3 Kernels, 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Ramos fielded that one hopper behind third and then ran forward to reach out and tag Baudilio Figueroa. Strike 1 to Brett Dowdy. Dowdy singled and scored in the first, 0 for 3 since then. Brett is hitting .285, 2 homers, 39 RBIs, right-handed hitter out of the University of Florida, who was originally drafted by the Dodgers. Now Nate Sutton comes in from second base to talk it over with 6'8" right-hander Mitch Arnold. Dowdy split time last season between Vero Beach in the Florida State League and AA Jacksonville. This is his 3rd year professional baseball. Started at Manatee Community College in Bradenton, then transferred to Gainesville. Brett Dowdy gets ahead 2-1 as Arnold misses high. Mitch is wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his red Colonel top. Ramirez at second, Colcourse at first. Ball 3 low. Bases loaded, ball 4 low. Well, you gotta throw strikes, don't you? Gotta throw strikes. 6-3 Kernels. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here comes Kernan Ronan, the Colonel pitching coach. Those West Coast games are underway now on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We'll have a look at all the scores following this action here in Fort Wayne, which is getting more nail-biting by the minute. Miguel Gonzalez is warming up in the Colonel bullpen. Matt Thayer, a .420 hitter, is at the plate for the Wizards. He's batting .420 in 16 games, 1 for 4 tonight. Bases loaded, 1 out, 6-3 Kernels. Swing and a miss. Thayer was trying to win it here in the bottom of the ninth as he took a home run cut. 5 men had batted here in the Fort Wayne ninth inning. 1 out has been retired. Or 1 batter has been retired. Ball 1, low and outside. Bases loaded. And a shot into right. Madrigal on the run. Won't get it. It's a base hit. 1 run is in. A throw to second safe. Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. And the Wizards have the bases loaded. 1 out. It's 6-4 Kernels. Matt Thayer lined a single in front of Warner Madrigal, who made a good play to short hop it. Made a good play for sure to short hop it. Then threw to second, not in time to get Brett Dowdy. A run scored. That run is charged to Nick Green, and the line is final on Nick Green. He goes 2 innings. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, struck out none, walked none. Matt Lauderdale could tie it or win it for Fort Wayne. 6-4 Kernels. Bases loaded, 1 out. Lauderdale has tripled and doubled tonight. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Josh LeBlanc, the Colonel center fielder, said last year when Mitch Arnold was the closer for the Provo Angel Pioneer Champion Club, you didn't even have to bring your gloves out to the field. When Arnold came in, game over. Well, Mitch, we know, has had a bad elbow. He told us recently on the South Slope Communications Triple Play show he's 80 to 90%, so you got to cut him some slack. Ball 1 is low to Lauderdale. We have no idea how badly Mitch Arnold is hurting. And that's not excuse making. It's just, I don't think he's 100%. The 1-1 with the bases loaded. Low, ball 2. That was a changeup. Tying runs in scoring position for the Wizards here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Ball 3, low. No use talking about it anymore. We just don't know what to do about our bullpen. Swing and a miss, and that runs the count full. Full count now to Matt Lauderdale. You almost have to score 10 runs to even have a chance with our bullpen in the state it's been all year. Here's the game's biggest pitch. A high, towering fly ball into center. A run should score. LeBlanc catches it. The runner tags. Stopped, and now he scores. Oh, all right. It's a 6-5 game. Matt Lauderdale with a sacrifice fly. LeBlanc threw to the cutoff man, and the runner from third was going to bluff. But when he saw LeBlanc throw it to the shortstop, well, come on down, Yordani Ramirez. Come across the plate to make it a 1-run game. Sacrifice fly. Give Mitch Arnold credit. He did not walk Matt Lauderdale. He did not walk Matt Lauderdale. He got him to sky to center. Another run scores to make it a 3-run inning. 6-5 Kernels. And Mike Baxter with 2 out and runners at first and second. Base hit into right. Here comes the tying run. Here comes the throw. And the runner is safe. 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 Hey, we blew another one, guys. We did it again. The Colonel bullpen lets another one slip away. How about that? That's good bullpen work. 6-6 to score, bottom of the ninth inning. That's getting to the point to be ridiculous. You just can't play base. Here comes Bobby Magallanes. Here comes Bobby. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a bullpen with this level of failure on a season basis. And that's what it is. It's a failure to get the job done. So, we're tied on a base hit into right. Hey, we're tied in the 9th inning. Another tough, miserable performance by the Colonel bullpen. All right, now Fort Wayne could win the game. They have runners at first and second, and Miguel Gonzalez comes in to try to get Sean Kazmar and send this to the 10th inning. I mean, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, and you can't sugarcoat it. You can yell at me for being critical or negative, but the numbers don't lie. Our bullpen this season has been absolutely abysmal. Just abysmal, the bullpen. Not one person. No, not one person. The bullpen as a whole has been horrible. Just absolutely terrible. But let's do what we always do. Dwell on the positive. We have a chance to send this to the 10th inning. The Wizards have runners at first and second with 2 out. Mike Baxter stepped into the first pitch and grounded it past Nate Sutton into right. The throw home by Madrigal, had Tim Duff held it, might have been in time to get the runner, Chris Colcourse. Colcourse slid in, and Duff could not hold Madrigal's throw, and Colcourse scored to tie the game at 6. But no more negative about our bullpen. All positive about the Colonel Ball Club. We have a chance to send it to the 10th inning. Miguel Gonzalez answers a U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Colonel bullpen. Mitch Arnold goes 2/3 of an inning, and in 2/3, Mitch surrendered 2 runs on 2 hits. Mitch Arnold struck out none, and he walked 2. All right, a U.S. Cellular speed talk call to the Colonel bullpen. And Miguel Gonzalez will try to keep Fort Wayne from winning the game here in the 9th inning. This is the 9th Wizard to bat here in their 4-run 9th inning. I remember back in the first half, we pretty much pleaded with anyone who could throw strikes and get batters out to call the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, arrange a tryout. We are looking to hire in the Colonel bullpen. Sean Kazmar takes low, ball 1. The Wizards have the winning run, Matt Thayer at second base. It was Brett Dowdy who scored on the base hit by Baxter. Brett Dowdy scored. Ground ball foul past third, 1-1. We are trying to go to the 10th inning. And if we can do that, we'll take our chances tonight. Great first 8 innings by Colonel pitchers tonight. Tremendous. From Carl Jelena and Nick Green. But then the roof caved in here in the bottom of the 9th, as it has most of the season. Strike 2 called from Gonzalez. He's ahead of Sean Kazmar, 1-2. Kazmar's the 9th man to bat here in the Wizards' 4-run 9th inning. Hey, they've tied the game. Miguel's 1-2. Outside, a fastball. This is just a suggestion, but perhaps one of the position players with a good arm, Sean Rodriguez, Warner Madrigal, perhaps they could be groomed to come in certain situations, say the 9th inning with the game on the line or to protect the lead. Let's give it a shot. Ball 3 in the dirt. Let's give those guys a chance. And perhaps some of our bullpen guys swing the bat pretty well. Perhaps they could assume a position in the field and help us that way. And I'm not kidding. We could have some guys in the bullpen that could field and swing the bat, and then we could have some guys that are positions players that could throw strikes and get outs. Here's the payoff pitch to Sean Kazmar. And Gonzalez steps off the rubber. Fort Wayne trying to cap a 4-run rally in the ninth. The Kernels trying to stave off a devastating defeat. There go the runners, and a tip foul off the foot of Sean Kazmar. With 2 out and the count full, the Wizard runners, Thayer at second and Baxter at first, were off and running. We've been out hit now 12-9, and the game is tied in the ninth inning, 6-6. Bill Quinby won't believe it. He probably laid his head down on the pillow in the 8th inning. Kernels leading 6-2, and Bill, I'm glad you haven't had to hear this 9th inning, because it is, well, it would give you a nightmare, and nobody likes nightmares. We all like pleasant dreams. A long, deep drive foul, home run distance, but foul by Sean Kazmar. Warner Madrigal narrowly missed throwing out the tying run at the plate, Brett Dowdy, on the base hit into right by Mike Baxter that tied this game. Had Tim Duff been able to hold the throw, I think Dowdy might have been out. But Tim Duff was unable to hold the throw, and thus a tie game. Here's the next 3-2 pitch. Instead, Miguel Gonzalez steps off the rubber and looks the winning run, Matt Thayer, back to second. Kernels 6, Wizards 6, bottom of the ninth inning, 2 out. Fort Wayne has scored 4 to tie it. The runners will be going on this 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled off to the right. Michael Collins chasing desperately after it, but runs out of room. Did you ever think that with Nick Green retiring the first 6 batters he'd face, did you ever dream that we would use Nick Green, Mitch Arnold, and Miguel Gonzalez in the bottom of the ninth inning? I never, ever dreamed it. And we do get calls occasionally. How can my son try out for the Kernels? Well, you can't try out for the Kernels, but you can contact the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and send a tape. There are tryout camps around the country, and I know our guys in the bullpen would not mind at all. They would love to have a guy join them who they could look to and say, we'll do everything else, but you go in and get those last 3 outs. We'll get you there, but you get the last 3 for us. A curve is grounded to third. Ramos has it. The throw to first. We're going to the 10th inning. Miguel Gonzalez gets Sean Kazmar to ground out to third. Ramos threw the batter out. 9 men come to the plate in the Fort Wayne 4-run ninth inning. 4 runs for the Wizards on 4 hits. 1 Kernel error, and the Wizards leave a pair. They've stranded 8. Now, let's commend Miguel Gonzalez. He prevented the Wizards from winning the game in the ninth inning. A new hurler coming on for the Wizards. We'll tell you about him in a moment. After 9, Kernel 6, Wizards 6. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
The answer is 9 holes for $9.
9 holes for $9.
And the question is, why is the Zone's 9 for 9 golf tour better than a stag party?
9 holes for $9. Any weekday, play 9 holes at the Hillcrest Country Club in Mount Vernon, the Vinton Country Club, Wapsipinicon Country Club in Anamosa, and Wildcat Golf Course in Shellsburg for just $9 when you join the Zone's 9 for $9 golf tour. Play around and be sure to register for a Hot 6 custom club fitting from the golf headquarters, Nevada Bob's. One lucky winner will be selected from each course. The Zone's 9 for $9 deal. Tee it up at Hillcrest Country Club in Mount Vernon, Vinton Country Club, Wapsipinicon Country Club in Anamosa, and Wildcat Golf Course in Shellsburg. 9 holes every weekday for just $9. Card not included, and you'll need to check with courses in advance for availability. Another unbelievable offer from your friends at
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Here we go to the 10th inning, and we're very glad we're in extra innings. Colonel bullpen collapse in the bottom of the ninth. No problem with that. We live with it, and we go on. Michael Collins facing a new hurler. Right-hander Matt Varner, and Michael slices the first pitch foul off to the right. Top of the 10th inning, we're all even at 6. Matt Varner is the third relief hurler used by the Wizards tonight. They sent 9 men to the plate, scored 4 runs, 2 off Nick Green, 2 against Mitch Arnold to tie the game. Ball 1 is low from Varner to Michael Collins. Swing and a tip foul. 1 nickel. Middle of the order for the Kernels here in the top of the 10th inning. Matt Varner is working out of the Wizard bullpen for the 39th time. He's 3-3. And get this, he has 29 saves. That's got to be among the tops in all of professional baseball. Matt Varner with 29 saves. Misses outside, 2-2 to Collins. 12 hits for the Wizards, 9 for the Kernels. The Wizards had 4 hits and took advantage of 2 walks and an error to score 4 in the bottom of the ninth and tie it up. Collins tonight, 1 for 4. Michael doubled with 2 out in the 7th, but was left stranded. He fights off a breaking pitch and fouls it up into the first base seat. Strike 3 called to Michael. Fastball at the knee. Ivy Garcia pitched the 9th inning for Fort Wayne. We had a runner at second with 1 out. We're begging or pleading for an insurance run. Couldn't get it. Garcia, 1 inning pitch, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Drew Toussaint led off the 6th inning with his team-high 16th home run of the year. And that's the last run the Kernels have scored tonight. Ball 1 is low to Drew. Varner in 36 2/3 innings has given up 30 hits. Matt has struck out 41 in 36 2/3, walked 13. And he's ahead of Drew, or even on the count. Toussaint fouls 1 straight back. No, I've got to believe that there's still some kind of changes we can make in that bullpen to get it straightened out. Ball 2 is high. And like I say, it may be just a guy that can come in and shut the door. Those are hard to find, though. Varner's fastball is outside, and it's 3-1 to Drew Toussaint. Top of the 10th inning, 6-6 to score. On the 3-1 pitch, Toussaint walks. It was high. Drew Toussaint, the go-ahead run at first with 1 away here in the 10th inning. And that'll bring up Warner Madrigal, who threw home on that base hit into right by Mike Baxter in the 4-run Wizard 9th inning. And I think his throw was good enough to get Brett Dowdy had Tim Duff been able to handle it. It would have been a very close play. Madrigal has 2 of the Colonel 9 hits tonight. Ball 1 is low to Warner. Two men walked in the 4-run ninth for the Wizards. They both scored. That's what hurts. To walk 2 guys and they both scored. Big swing and a foul into the glove of the catcher, Matt Lauderdale. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Varner A league-high 29 saves is working for the Wizards here in the top of the 10th inning. Toussaint, the runner at first, with only one out. Ball 2 is outside and low. We saw Matt Varner in one game. He pitched one inning in the Kernel 4-game sweep of the Wizards earlier this month. He pitched one inning, gave up a run on a hit, struck out 2, walked none. Warner lines it into right, but right there is Josh Alley. Warner Madrigal hit it hard and lines to right. 2 gone here in the top of the 10th inning. Nate Sutton at the plate. Matt Varner out of the University of Houston was an 11th round pick last year by the Padres. He's 23 years old. And he pitched in 19 games with 1 save with the Wizards a year ago. He was 2-2 with a 1.61 ERA. Matt Varner facing Nate Sutton. 1 for 4. Man, you go into the 9th inning with a 4-run lead and let it slip away. Here's a bouncer through the middle, and it's a base hit. Drew Toussaint will try to make it to third. The throw by Rodriguez is in time. Out at third. Out at third. A base hit for Nate Sutton up the middle, and your Donnie Ramirez guns out Drew Toussaint trying to go from first to third to end the inning. Electric atmosphere here at Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, where Drew Toussaint was thrown out for the last out of the inning, trying to go from first to third on a base hit through the middle by Nate Sutton. In the 10th inning for the Kernels, no runs, a walk, 1 hit. There were no Wizard errors. That's the 10th man your Donnie Ramirez has thrown out this year on the bases. So you don't try to run on him. The Kernels tried, and they were summarily dismissed. After 9.5 here in Fort Wayne, the Kernels 6, the Wizards 6. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Phil Mickelson's figured out how to beat Tiger Woods head-to-head.
It has not ever worked yet. Don't get me wrong. It's not a plan that's worked yet.
But it may someday, and he let Dan Patrick in on the secret.
If he hit his iron shots first, he was so good, he would put it inside me and put more pressure.
You know what? That's interesting philosophy, that he put even more pressure because he's hitting his irons before you because you've outdriven him.
Well, not all the time was I able to do that, but when I was trying to go toe-for-toe with him off the tee, he would put even more pressure on me with his iron play, plus trying to drive it that long and keep up with him. I was hitting it a lot more wild, more crooked, missing fairways by a larger margin, which didn't put any pressure on him at all. So for me, when I go paired with him head-to-head at Doral, and I think in the future I'm going to take 20 yards off the tee shot, try to hit cuts in the fairway so that puts pressure off on his tee shots, and also I'm able to hit my iron shots first, which has been my biggest strength the last 1.5 years, and hopefully put a little more pressure on him.
The Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
In an interview that can only be described as intriguing, stimulating, and downright impressive, former Major Leaguer Mickey Rivers interviews heavyweight boxer Kevin McBride.
Well, it's going to be a Latin show, you know. You never better get something like that. I know you ain't going to go no 10 rounds in a different zone.
Now that, my friend, was deep. Learn more weekdays on the Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
We go to the bottom of the 10th, and it's a 1-1 count on Josh Alley. There's a line drive into center, a base hit, and the Wizards have the winning run on. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th inning, Josh Alley lining a 1-1 pitch from Miguel Gonzalez into center. That's the 13th hit of the night for Fort Wayne. The Kernels have 10. And again, you got to look at the good. The Kernels led the game going to the bottom of the ninth, 6-2. And the other positive, we're in the bottom of the 10th, tied at 6. Baudilio Figueroa will likely be bunting. A throw to first and the runner back. Josh Alley started the 4-run 9th-inning rally with a double. He starts the 10th inning with a single into center. So he's 2 for 4. He's also walked tonight. Figueroa squaring to bunt, and the bunt is back to the hill. Gonzalez fires to second. Safe. And we're going to have an argument. The runner looked to be out by 3 feet. Bobby Magallanes sprinting out of the Colonel dugout. I can't believe the umpire called the runner safe. Can't believe they called him safe. Gonzalez threw to second. He was out by at least a foot and a half. Bobby's going to get tossed from this game. I've never seen Bobby so angry at an umpire. Well, they haven't tossed him yet, but I'm sure Jason Creek may. No, I don't know how Creek called him safe. I don't know how he called him safe. That was one of the worst calls I've seen this year. All right, first and second, nobody out. Miguel Gonzalez picked up the bunt in front of the mound, fired to Sean Rodriguez. The throw beat Josh Alley by a goodly margin, but the base umpire called the runner safe. Why? I don't know. Why he called him safe, I do not know. So now we're battling the umpires as well as ourselves. Baudilio Figueroa is credited. It'll be a sacrifice. A fielder's choice and a sacrifice, I suppose. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Don't blame Miguel Gonzalez. He made a good play and a good throw to second. The runner was out, but the base umpire called him safe. And I can't tell you why. I just can't tell you why he called him safe. Here's a bunt foul, strike one on your Donnie Ramirez. Fort Wayne has their first 2 runners aboard here in the bottom of the 10th inning in a 6-6 game. Well, you begin to wonder. You begin to wonder what it's going to take to turn this thing around. But we haven't given up yet. Yes, the Wizards rallied for 4 in the 9th. Yes, they have their first 2 men on here in the 10th. But no, they have not won the ball game. The Kernels are still battling to try to send it to the 11th. Ramirez bunts in the air, and it is caught by Jason Ramos. And the Kernels are still battling to send it to the 11th inning. Your Donnie Ramirez, the man who threw out Drew Toussaint, trying to go from first to third to end the Colonel 10th inning, has popped out to Jason Ramos, and that's the first out of the inning. Chris Colcourse is at the plate for Fort Wayne. 6-6 the score, bottom of the 10th. Colcourse reached on a fielder's choice, on which he drove in a run in that 4-run Wizard 9th inning. Winning run at second, Josh Alley. Baudilio Figueroa at first. Strike one from Miguel Gonzalez, the right-hander. Drive foul into the third base stands, and Miguel Gonzalez is ahead of the batter who broke his bat, Chris Colcourse. If we go to the 11th inning, and we hope we do, we'll be checking in with our in-studio engineer, Sean. I'm sure there are a number of finals now on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Kernels could not hold a 6-2 lead going into the 9th inning tonight. And here we are battling to try to send it into the 11th inning. Wizard runners at first and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 10th inning, we're tied at 6. Miguel Gonzalez with the 0-2. Low and away, ball 1. To Chris Colcourse. Now the 1-2 to the left-handed batter. In the dirt, blocked by Tim Duff to prevent a wild pitch. That was a changeup. Colcourse steps out. Chris is a left-handed hitter out of Rice University. Stands straight away from the left side. Allie led this inning off with a base hit into center, went to second on a fielder's choice sacrifice bunt, and now ball 3 is low and in to the left-handed batter. The count full. 5,423 here tonight. They've seen their Wizards rally in the ninth to tie it with 4, and they're trying to win it here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Sorry, the bottom of the 10th inning. Bottom of the 10th inning is where we are right now. The runners are not going. A ground ball to first. Backhanded by Collins. Throw to second. Out. Throw to first. Out! Out! And the Kernels send it to the 11th inning. A magnificent double play started by Michael Collins. Collins backhanded. Through to second. Out. Rodriguez to the pitcher covering Gonzalez. Out. And a double play. The double play ends the 10th inning and gives the Kernels all the momentum back in this game. Chris Colcourse bounced it to first. Michael Collins backhanded it. Through to second. Rodriguez, the force of Baudilio Figueroa. Sean whipped his throw back to first where the pitcher Miguel Gonzalez covered, and the double play ends the Wizard 10th inning. Fort Wayne had every chance to win it, but Miguel Gonzalez sends us to the 11th inning. No runs for Fort Wayne in the 10th. 1 hit. No Colonel errors. The Wizards leave. 1 man on. They've stranded 9. We go to the top of the 11th inning in Fort Wayne. Colonel 6, Wizards 6. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
It's Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN Radio, honoring the classics as only they can.
Is there a Hall of Famer right now on the New England Patriots?
Right now, if their career ended right now.
I'll give you 1.
Adam Vinatieri.
Okay, that's 2.
Bill Belichick.
You could put Belichick in right now. The list of coaches who've won 3 Super Bowls, you could count on one hand.
Hold on, then.
Go ahead.
Bill Belichick has been considered a great NFL head coach since he's been with the Patriots.
Right.
He has 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
You want to put him in.
Right.
Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowls.
Nah, that's not the same thing being a player as being a coach.
Why?
Because it's just not.
Okay. That's me like telling Sydney because. I mean, it's
No.
So am I the only one to see a parallel here?
You got outfield? Sure. Let us feel the same. Why? I just thought I'd ask. Well, I just thought I'd tell you. Now tell me who's playing left field. Why? Because. Oh, he's center field.
Bridging the gap between generations, it's Mike and Mike in the morning. Weekdays on ESPN Radio. This is The Herd. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Hello? Yeah, this is Aaron from Georgia. I just wanted to tell Colin that he's a genius, man.
Oh, hold on. Let me get Colin for you. Stay there. I'll get Colin
right
for you.
next to you.
Hold on. Let me.
All right, you there?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, go ahead. This is Colin.
Colin, man, you're a genius. I agree totally with you about the pitching stuff.
Thank you. I feel like I'm a genius.
Don't be left out of The Herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
11th, and skying out to center is Jordan Renz. Jordan first pitch swinging off Matt Varner. Nothing for 5 so far tonight. And now here's Jason Ramos. He'll likely try to bunt his way on here in the 11th inning. Our State Farm Major League scoreboard. We promised it to you, and here it is. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Shubat, Al Shuttler, Lanny Peterson, and Dale Thompson. Strike 1 from Varner to Jason Ramos, who walked his last time up. Top of the 11th, 6-6 the score. Ball 1 just inside. We have 2 finals in the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Rangers knocked off the Orioles tonight at Camden Yards 4-2, and in 10 innings, Tampa Bay shaded the Red Sox at Tropicana Field 4-3 double rays. They're in the top of the 8th at Kauffman Stadium, and the White Sox are demolishing the Royals 13-5. Ramos falls behind 1-2 as he drives one foul into the third base seats. Our record in extra innings this year, 2-4. Fort Wayne's 3-3. Swing and a miss by Jason. Strike 3, 2 gone here in the top of the 11th inning. In the National League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, finals. Houston, the surging Astros trounced Philadelphia at Minute Maid Park 7-1. Milwaukee upended the Diamondbacks at Miller Park 4-2 tonight. They're in the bottom of the ninth inning at Wrigley Field, and the Cubs and Giants are tied at 2. Tim Duff at the plate. Strike one called. In the top of the fourth already at Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers 4, the Reds nothing. Top of the second in Denver's Coors Field, Colorado 1, the Mets nothing. We'll see how Cleveland and Oakland and Detroit and Seattle are doing in a moment. Swing and a miss by Tim Duff, and he's in the hole 0-2. That's right, we'll be checking right back in with Sean, our in-studio engineer, to see how those other 2 West Coast games are doing on the State Farm Major League scoreboard in the American League. Here, there are 2 out in the top of the 11th. Bases empty, and ball 1 outside to Tim Duff. 6-6 the score. That ninth inning is over, and we aren't even going to mention again until the Colonel Curtin call. Matt Varner with a league-high 29 saves delivers, and Tim Duff slices it foul off to the right. What a double play the Colonels turned to end a scoring threat by the Wizards in the bottom of the 10th. Tim Duff stays alive as he loops the 1-2 pitch foul into the net. "13 hits for Fort Wayne and 10 for the Colonels. Tim continues to battle. Ball 2 is upstairs. Colonels have not scored since the 6th inning. Fort Wayne hasn't scored since the 2nd inning until their 4-run burst in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie the game. Tim Duff swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. That does it in the top of the 11th. The lower third of the Colonel order goes in order. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning in Fort Wayne, where we're still tied 6-6. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Phil Mickelson's figured out how to beat Tiger Woods head-to-head.
It has not ever worked yet. Don't get me wrong. It's not a plan that's worked yet.
But it may someday, and he let Dan Patrick in on the secret.
If he hit his iron shots first, he was so good, he would put it inside me and put more pressure.
You know what? That's interesting philosophy, that he put even more pressure because he's hitting his irons before you because you've outdriven him.
Well, not all the time was I able to do that, but when I was trying to go toe-for-toe with him off the tee, he would put even more pressure on me with his iron play, plus trying to drive it that long and keep up with them. I was hitting it a lot more wild, more crooked, missing fairways by a larger margin, which didn't put any pressure on him at all. So for me, when I got paired with him head-to-head at Doral, and I think in the future I'm going to take 20 yards off the tee shot, try to hit cuts in the fairway so that puts pressure off on his tee shots, and also I'm able to hit my iron shots first, which has been my biggest strength the last year and a half, and hopefully put a little more pressure on him.
The Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
In an interview that can only be described as intriguing, stimulating, and downright impressive, former Major Leaguer Mickey Rivers interviews heavyweight boxer Kevin McBride.
Well, it's going to be a Latin show, you just better get something like that. I know it ain't going to go no 10 rounds in a different zone.
Now that, my friend, was deep. Learn more weekdays on the Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
Gutty, courageous effort by Miguel Gonzalez and the Kernels to send this game to the 11th inning. The Wizards had runners at first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 10th, and they did not win the game. Now we'll try to send it to the 12th inning. Fort Wayne's Brett Dowdy walked and scored in the 4-run Wizard 9th inning rally. Miguel Gonzalez pitches high and away, ball 1. 6-6, we're in the bottom of the 11th. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Dowdy lays off a changeup low and away. Continuing with our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, Well, not only is Houston the hottest team in the National League, Oakland is red hot in the American League. A ground ball, backhanded at third by Ramos. Jason takes his time and throws the batter out. Jason Ramos has been a busy guy at the hot corner this evening, and he gloved a hard-hit grounder on his backhanded side and had plenty of time to throw out Brett Dowdy, one gone here in the Wizard 11th inning. Oakland in the bottom of the third is trampling Cleveland 8-0 at the Coliseum. Miguel Gonzalez with a strike in to Matt Thayer. They're in the bottom of the fourth at Safeco Field, and the Mariners are on top of Detroit 3-2. And you do have to consider Tiger skipper Alan Trammell as a bona fide Manager of the Year contender. Swing and a miss on a changeup. And the number 3 hitter Thayer, who knocked in a run with an RBI single in that Wizard 4-run ninth, is in the hole 1-2. Now a swing and a foul. Boy, Miguel Gonzalez has been something. Nick Green and Mitch Arnold were unable to stem the tide in the bottom of the ninth inning. They tried their hardest but couldn't get it done. Gonzalez into his windup. Sidearm pitch is drilled into right center. LeBlanc won't get it. It'll go to the wall and be an extra base hit. And LeBlanc hits the cutoff man. It's a one-out double by Matt Thayer. His third hit of the game, the 14th for the Wizards. They have the winning run at second now with one out here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Miguel Gonzalez tried a bit of trickery, but it didn't fool Matt Thayer, who hung in there on that sidearm pitch. Here's Matt Lauderdale, who has driven in 2 runs with sacrifice flies. He's also tripled and doubled. And the Kernels are going to put Matt Lauderdale aboard. Ball 1, now ball 2, an intentional walk to Matt Lauderdale. First and second will be the jam the Kernels will try to get out of here in the bottom of the 11th inning in a 6-6 game. There's ball 3. And the batter heads to first. Mike Baxter delivered the game-tying RBI single in that fateful bottom of the 9th inning for Fort Wayne. Baxter will try to win it for the Wizards here in the 11th. Fort Wayne is 3-3 in extra innings. The Kernels are 2-4 on the year. Here's a ground ball to second, throw to second out, and no other play. Well, that's good. Matt Baxter swung at the first pitch and rolled it weakly to Nate Sutton. Sutton threw to second, and that was a force of Lauderdale. It went 4-6. Mike Baxter reaches on a fielder's choice. The winning run goes to third, Matt Thayer. And with runners at first and third and 2 out, Sean Kazmar at the plate. Sean Kazmar. Now the Kernels trying to send it to the 12th inning. The runner from first goes, and no throw, a stolen base for Mike Baxter. Second and third. 2 out here in the bottom of the 11th inning. We're tied at 6. Sean Kazmar took the first pitch high for ball 1. The Kernels have a right-hander up in their bullpen, Chris Waters. Ball 2, low and away, a changeup. Now a delivery outside. It's 3-0 to Kazmar. Left-handed hitting Josh Alley lurking on deck. Let's see if Kazmar is turned loose on 3-0. I think he will be swinging on the... Now they're going to walk him to load the bases. Bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the 11th inning. Here's Josh Alley. He's doubled. He doubled to lead off the 4-run ninth. He singled leading off the 10th, but was stranded. Josh Alley, 2 out, bases loaded. 6-6, bottom of the 11th inning. Hang in there now. We've got a chance to send it to the 12th. We've got a chance to send it to the 12th inning. Foul lined into the third base stand. Strike one on the left-handed hitter. Josh Alley out of the University of Tennessee. Played in the College World Series last month in Omaha for the Volunteers. Fair at third, the winning run. Gonzalez misses high with the fastball. From the stretch, Miguel Gonzalez brings it home. Inside for ball 2. This is one of those pitches you hope is hit to you so you can make the play that turns the game around. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Miguel Gonzalez with a very effective changeup had Alley out in front. Josh Alley batting with the bases full. 2 out. Bottom of the 11th inning. Game on the line. 6-6 the score. Miguel is set, the 2-2. Line drive, base hit center. Fort Wayne wins it. Fort Wayne wins it on a base hit into center by Josh Alley, his third hit in a row. In the 11th, the Wizards strike for 1 run. On 2 base hits, 2 walks, no Kernel errors, and Fort Wayne leaves 3, or check that, they left 2. Well, no, we'll say they left 3 and they stranded 12. Well, the Kernels have now dropped 13 of our last 15, and an inexcusable loss here tonight as the Wizards scored 4 in the 9th inning, 1 in the 11th, and they win it 7-6. 7-6 Wizards. Will have the totals, highlights, and more coming up next on the Colonel Curtain Call here in the Zone.
Dan Patrick, your 2005 Sports Emmy winner for studio host.
So to Mike Tyson in Bolivia, Manny Ramirez, who still doesn't know which team he plays for, and to our good friend at the home run hitting contest in Houston, Miguel Tejeda. Dan Patrick would like to thank Dan Patrick and the Lord Jesus Christ for helping me give 110%. And finally, I'd like to thank Schwartzman's Toupees on 34th and Broadway. I couldn't have done it without you, Maury.
Excuse me? After further review and a recount, the Emmy once again goes to Bob Costas.
Bob Costas. What's a man need with 17 Emmys? He joins us now. Bob, congratulations.
Hello, loser.
The Dan Patrick Show on ESPN Radio.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Colonel's game, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Unfortunately, another tough loss for the Kernels here tonight, who erased a Fort Wayne 2-0 lead after 2 innings and looked to be on their way to an opening win in this series. Led 6-2 going into the bottom of the 9th inning, but let that lead slip away, and Fort Wayne won it 7-6 with a run in the 11th inning. After Carl Jelena surrendered a run in the first inning and then a home run to Yordani Ramirez in the second, the Kernels trailed 2-0. In the fourth inning, though, with 2 out, Drew Toussaint singled into center, and Warner Madrigal followed by drilling his 12th home run of the year over the 4-foot-high wall in right. Madrigal's 2-run homer with 2 out tied the game in the fourth inning, 2-2. Sean Rodriguez then, with 2 on and 2 out in the fifth inning, belted his 6th of the year into the tater sack above the 16-foot-high wall in left, and that propelled the Kernels into a 5-2 lead. Drew Toussaint played long ball for the second game in a row. Drew socked his team-high 16th of the year, leading off the 6th inning, and the Kernels led it 6-2. The Kernels led it 6-2. Nick Green, working in relief of Carl Jelena, retired 6 straight batters. Set the side down in order in the 7th, retired the side 1-2-3-0 across in the 8th. But in the 9th inning, 9 Wizards batted, and they tied the game. It was a complete collapse. Josh Alley doubled past first. Baudillo Figueroa then grounded 1 to third. Diving stop by Ramos. Jason popped to his feet, threw to first, wild, and Alley, who doubled, went to third. Baudillo Figueroa, the batter, went to second on the throwing error by Jason Ramos. That did it for Nick Green. In came Mitch Arnold. He walked the number 9 hitter, and that loaded the bases. With the bases loaded, nobody out, still 6-2 Kernels. Chris Colkhorst grounded 1 to third. Jason Ramos gloved it, and he tagged out Baudillo Figueroa going from second to third. On the play, Alley scored to cut the Kernel lead to 6-3, and it was first and third. It was first and second, 1 out in the 9th inning. Brett Dowdy walked. He walked to load the bases. Then Matt Thayer singled into right, and that base hit scored another run to make it 6-4 Kernels. Matt Lauderdale, a sacrifice fly into center, drove in a run, made it 6-5 Kernels. Then Mike Baxter, with 2 out and runners at first and second, grounded a base hit into right. Warner Madrigal's throw home, I think, would have gotten Brett Dowdy, but it was dropped by Tim Duff, the catcher, and tied we were. In came Miguel Gonzalez to get the final out of that 4-run 9th inning for the Wizards. The Kernels in the 10th inning had Drew Toussaint at first with 2 out. Nate Sutton singled through the middle, but Drew was cut down trying to go from first to third, thrown out at third to end the inning. In the 11th inning, Matt Thayer, who had 3 of the 15 Wizard hits tonight, doubled with 1 out. Lauderdale was walked intentionally. Mike Baxter forced Lauderdale at second on a fielder's choice. Sean Kazmar drew a walk, a right-handed batter, to load the bases. And then, with his 3rd straight hit, Josh Alley, hitting .074 in 8 games, got his 3rd straight hit and drove in the game-winning run, Matt Thayer from second base. And the Kernels, well, just found another way to lose a game this evening. I'm just very disheartened because the ball club, you carry a 4-run lead into the bottom of the 9th, and you've got to win a game. You've got to win that game, and we didn't tonight. Fort Wayne gets all the credit. 7 runs, 15 hits, no errors. The Wizards left a dozen. The Kernels, 6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and the Kernels left only 5 men aboard. The winning pitcher to go along with his 29 saves, Matt Varner, he's 4-3. The Kernel loser, Miguel Gonzalez, 1-3. The game took 3 hours and 19 minutes, and there were 5,423 here to see the Wizards rally for an 11th inning triumph. We'll be back in a moment and have all the scores for you next here on the Colonel Curtain Call. State Farm Major League Scoreboard is coming up next here in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid. 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kill Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykill.com. Also, Randy Keel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Keel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne, where the Kernels fought valiantly, carried a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the ninth inning, squandered it, and Fort Wayne won it in the bottom of the 11th, a final of 7-6 in extra innings. State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat are now proud to step to the plate as they have for the last 10 years to bring us scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We'll start in the National League. There are 3 finals at Miller Park. The Brewers turn back the Diamondbacks 4-2 tonight. Houston continues to set a scalding pace in the NL Central. They are really surging. Houston clubbed the Phillies 7-1 at Minute Maid Park. And at Wrigley Field, the Cubs edged San Francisco 3-2. They're in the bottom of the 5th at Chavez Ravine. Dodgers 4, Reds nothing. And in the bottom of the 3rd, a game delayed by rain, but they're underway. The Rockies on top of the Mets 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd at Coors Field in Denver. Now let's shift to the American League. A 10-inning win for the Devil Rays at Tropicana Field as they shade Boston 4-3. Baltimore played at home and they bowed to the Rangers 4-2 Texas at Camden Yards. Top of the 9th inning at Kauffman Stadium, and the White Sox are mauling the Royals 13-6 in the top of the 9th. Top of the 5th inning at the Coliseum, Oakland is now shelling the Tribe 10-0, and Seattle holds a 3-2 edge over the Tigers, bottom of the 5th inning at Safeco Field. That's it for the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Gary Schubat. We'll be back for the final segment of the Colonel Curtin Call, our Access Direct play of the game. An 11-inning win for the Wizards tonight, 7-6. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Ouch! One of the fears of waste handlers, getting stuck by a needle without any warning. It's not only painful, what's even worse, they can be exposed to a life-threatening illness. Here's how to safely dispose of used needles and syringes. Put them in a sealed container like plastic bottles. Better yet, in official Sharps containers. Then they're ready to be put in your trash for curbside collection. By following these simple steps, you're reducing a potential hazard to waste handlers. Your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling appreciate it.
How would you like your next home buying or selling experience and lending process to be handled beautifully under one roof? If that's the way you want your real estate and mortgage needs to be met, select Todd Financial Services. Securing your loan and helping you find or sell your home is what Todd Financial Services does better than traditional banks and real estate firms. You'll be fully informed, supported, and taken care of so that buying, selling, or financing your home will be a pleasurable experience. Todd Financial Services, eager to meet all of your mortgage and real estate needs under one roof.
Here we are at the Castle, the Memorial Stadium in Fort Wayne, where the Kernels took a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning and couldn't hold it as the Wizards rallied for 4 to tie it and then won it on a 2-out RBI single in the bottom of the 11th inning, 7-6. Access Direct allows us to reflect on some of the good parts of tonight's ball game, the Access Direct Kernel play of the game. Warner Madrigal tied the game in the 4th inning at 2 with a 2-out, 2-run homer, and with the game tied at 2 in the 5th against Wizard 12-game winner Mike Ekstrom, Tim Duff drew a 2-out walk. Josh LeBlanc singled him in second, and that brought up Sean Rodriguez. Here is our Access Direct play of the game.
A high drive to left. Back goes Colcourse. He's on the warning track. He looks up. Adios! Adios! Three-run dinger! Sean Rodriguez! He propels the Kernels into a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, Sean Rodriguez, with one of 3 Kernel home runs tonight, did propel the Kernels into a 5-2 lead. That's why we chose his 3-run homer as our Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is looking for team players. They're hiring, and you can learn about their fabulous job opportunities by logging on to their website at www.accdir.com or by calling Access Direct at 261-0260. At Access Direct, benefits are unparalleled. They're outstanding, and they include a casual dress code. In other words, you don't have to wear a suit and tie or a dress to come to work at Access Direct. They have a 401k savings plan along with medical, dental, and vision insurance. And Access Direct is looking to hire for both full and part-time schedules. It's a fun, uplifting, friendly place to work. Access Direct. Well, the Kernels, who lost their 13th in our last 15 games, will go back to the drawing board tomorrow evening. Nothing much to improve on except that bullpen, which gave up 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth tonight that allowed Fort Wayne to tie the game, and then the Wizards won it in the bottom of the 11th inning. But let's reflect on the positive. The Kernels got good starting pitching from Carl Jelena, 2 shutout innings of relief from Nick Green, and 3 home runs, led it 6-2 going into the bottom of the ninth before letting another one slip out of their grasp. Tomorrow evening, the South Slope Communications Triple Play Showtime, 6:40 with a 7 o'clock first pitch here from Memorial Stadium, where the Wizards won it in 11 innings, 7-6. Many thanks to all of you who listened. Sorry we couldn't come through in that ninth inning, but give credit to the Fort Wayne Wizards who rallied for 4 and tied it and then won it in the 11th. Sean was our in-studio engineer. Sean Petty, thank you, Sean, for all of your fine work. 6:40 South Slope Communications Triple Play Showtime tomorrow, 7 o'clock first pitch. In 11 innings, Fort Wayne 7, the Kernels 6. Have a pleasant evening, everybody. This is John Rogers signing off from the Hoosier State. This has been Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming, already in progress.